Just to let you swap over.
You guys, we can discuss that about whatever you want. What do you want to talk about?
They're killing you.
You have cost so many
Well, I want to talk about the color correction.
I didn't know. I'm sorry. No, I didn't get the memo. What?
he was on the show before.
I mean, like, if I wore a black shirt, it would have worked.
No, he was on the show before with Keith.
People think I'm copying
A white t-shirt.
it. White t-shirt.
It's just a white t-shirt.
He wears.
Yeah, it is. There's 3 pairs. Don't worry.
But anyways, there's like he's famous for this actually. wears Kirkland brand Costco white t-shirts. He's worn that for like 5 years. Yes.
That's all he wears.
That's literally all he wears. He makes like $3 million and he wears only this.
I remember he wore a gray shirt once, and I'm pretty sure it got to the top of Reddit. Like legit, he wore a gray shirt
No,
for
it
once.
was actually fun. He suited up for one thing and he got to the front page of Reddit. People are like, oh my god.
Oh, the Arrow
That's a
sponsor, wasn't
genius
it?
branding idea.
No, he's actually so funny.
Perfect.
Make sure to eat the mic. Yeah.
Eat
Yeah.
the mic?
Yeah. When you talk,
yes.
eat the mic directly into
It smells so bad though.
Real?
You need to update this one.
Doesn't smell bad.
Mine, I don't know who was on here last time, but it's awful.
That's flame.
How can you smell a mic?
You
Maybe
know,
their
you
breath
can't
stuck to
smell
it.
the pop, the filter. No, give it a whiff of that. No.
Mo, do you smell? I don't smell anything.
Maybe you got a really sensitive nose.
Yeah, it smells normal. It doesn't smell.
The
Mine
offline
smells
TV
better,
house
but
is just used to it. It's all good.
Oh.
Mate, oh, that's so true. Actually, when you live in
Wait,
a house,
what?
it probably smells like tummy down here, like tummy poop, and I just can't
No, it
tell.
smells fine down here.
I cannot tell.
I blame animals for all our
Oh,
problems.
never mind. Maybe I'm just tripping.
yeah, flame all you want. I was never on the Poki podcast before, so you're not flaming me. We good?
Can you say it the right way, please?
The Poki podcast. Yeah.
I can't do it like you did. All right, could you switch us to a? I think scene. It's scene or OOG. I'm really
What's
good at this, by
OOG?
the way. Out of game?
On the go.
Can you press this thingy?
Da, da,
Oh, we're live
da,
at.
na,
Is
na.
this?
Wait, the mics are not on.
I think at 60 frames.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
It feels like slow mo.
Is it?
25.16 frames.
Is everything in sync, friends?
I think it's synced.
Testing.
Chat, is everything in sync? Before we begin, can I get a seems
Is
good?
this supposed to be 60 FPS?
60 FPS
Not
1080p
sure.
on this?
On a laptop?
Hell no, there's no way.
On this
Oh.
laptop.
Well, I
Does anyone
mean,
know how you
I don't know what the setup is.
stop it from
Looks of it.
never.
Feels bad.
Beautiful. Ace, everybody's saying seems good. So if you guys see a delay, don't worry about it because we like also delayed the audio.
Gotcha.
Anyways, welcome. Hello, everyone.
And
Welcome
we're
back to
live.
another episode of Pokimane. It's okay. You're allowed to talk. I feel like people think that when I'm talking, like they get you
But
can talk.
You got the intro, right? Like, can we interrupt during the
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Poki Podcast. Yeah, the podcast.
Class.
It's, gonna be
It's a
your,
class
your
today.
host here, Myth, and I'm going to be taking over today. You got co-host Poki's not a big
yeah,
deal.
co-host here.
And we're going to go over some topics. We have our lovely volunteer that we picked up off the street.
Volunteer. God damn. Okay.
The
Nah.
street.
We'll see
His
what happens.
facial hair isn't that bad.
And then
Come
we
on,
have
man.
father of offline TV,
I'll take it, dude. Dad figure, whatever.
Aw.
Scarra.
Woo.
Roll the intro.
I'm the
There's no intro,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just
Okay.
me. Sorry.
Yeah, I get it.
But hi, guys. Welcome back. We have a very exciting episode for y'all today. And I'm hoping for a lot of debate because I know you like to debate.
I like discussion.
And I know you like to
Wait,
debate.
Difference.
I just like hearing myself talk. There's a
I
difference.
know. I like it though.
Admit it. I like it.
Yeah, that's why people are like,
I
can you,
dig it.
can you break this down for me? I'm just like, my patch rundown's like 2 hours long, like
Mm-hmm.
an hour long. People are just like, what about like 10 minutes? I'm like, nah, I can't do that.
Sky, can I tell you something I've never told you before? And
You
I'll
never
get
watch
you
any of my
live.
content.
No. I'm gonna one up you. No.
Okay.
I don't want up you.
I don't know how to say this in a not rude way.
Okay.
So like
fine. Never
sometimes,
rude.
you know, when you're just like feeling bad at night and like you're having a hard time sleep, you like to put on something like calm and relaxing. I put on your patch notes. I just listen.
Wait, what the fuck? Are you serious?
It's like
Hey, at least
ASMR
she's
to
giving
me,
you a
man.
view.
Yeah.
What, well, I'll take the ad
Yeah,
come,
yeah.
dude. I hope people sleep to that. It's like I'm like the ASMR of the lead
I
community.
sleep to it, but like
You
in a
should-
good way.
It's an ASMR idea.
Yeah. No,
Patch
did you
notes.
know I did patch notes in
Yeah.
ASMR? I did one.
Laura-
I never
Laura was
did it
better,
again.
though. Ari Lord Craigasm.
Okay, sorry,
It's
we're
fine.
way off topic. Hi, everyone. Today, our special guest is none other than TSM Myth. Would you like to introduce yourself a bit to anyone that may not know you, though I'm sure most people do?
Hey, I like to play Fortnite a lot. Name's Myth.
And we
Great
also
intro.
have Mo, who's also a special guest. But
You
we're
hear
going to
that?
have a more
Also
Mo-centric... No. I mean, it's just the first time he's on it.
Mo.
Nice, okay, I'll take it.
Mo.
Mo, you want to introduce yourself as well?
I play League of Legends and I flame a lot. Is my two
That's
things.
not your thing.
That is definitely my
Ooh.
thing.
Your thing is flaming?
No,
Yeah,
no.
hell yeah.
Show him your thing.
No,
You
I'm not.
know what
No,
your
I'm
thing
not.
is.
No, I'm
Show.
not.
Do
That's
it.
physical?
Roll
Do
it.
it. If I had
Question
my
number
stream
one.
deck-
What are we talking about?
I've heard it, dude.
Wait,
I'm
one
waiting.
We'll,
I don't
we'll,
know your
we'll
thing,
get it.
Mo.
We'll get it. We'll
Okay,
get
okay,
to
okay.
it.
Wait, what's your thing?
You'll find out.
Okay.
It's the same thing as Poki's thing.
What? No, it's not.
Wait, no, you're
Yeah,
right.
different things.
I see where this is gone.
We also
I would hope.
have Myth's lovely family behind the camera. They're really
Yeah, you
nice.
guys
I
can't
just wanted
see
to give them a
them.
shout out. Also, big shout out to Albert and Yvonne for helping us set up. They are my saviors when it comes to the podcast. Please check out twitch.tv/slightly with an E musical. And yeah, Yvonne on whatever you want to find her on. All right, we good?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do any shout outs? Go ahead.
Don't they happen at the end?
I mean, I like to do it at the beginning and the end.
Oh, okay. Shout out twitter.com/tsm_myth. You know,
The internet.
I want to reach.
dude, people are addicted, man. I try to keep my hands off of chat. I'm just like,
Oh, I think that
No,
was
dude, I love chat experience.
Someone's saying saved.
It is.
Refresh, re.
wow.
Someone
Albert
has
just,
streaming
Albert
views
just
on
walks
chat.
Actually
into the
just
area
broke it. Yeah,
and he
he
just
fixes
saves
it.
it. It's like, shit.
Hey, can I get a seems
Alright.
good if we're good? Chat, thank you guys for always being so helpful.
Yeah, helpful.
We'll go with that.
I mean, kind of helpful. Like, they'll tell you when it's bad. That's kind of what matters.
They tell me when it's bad a lot. But it's not about my stream. I'll just-
All right, friends. So the first topic of today is dun dun League of Legends. Why are you making that face?
I was just curious. I didn't know where we were gonna go with first.
Oh, we're
Let's
going
go.
with this first?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we're just diving right in. League of Legends versus Fortnite.
We got an hour and 51 minutes.
Scarra begins.
Alright,
Here's this week's patch
Topic-
rundown.
Honestly, this topic could go on for like a very long time.
I
Really?
know. That's
think so.
why I'm just opening it right up. Then we can do the
Okay, gonna-
maybe juicier stuff
Well,
down the road.
so how are we gonna open?
So,
Alright.
for starters, I want everyone to go over their experience with either game so that people, know where you're coming from. So, Scar.
You want me to start?
Yeah.
I feel very good about. Okay, so I guess we'll start with Fortnite because everyone is like, "Have you played Fortnite?" Yeah. One, I should say that I've never kind of developed an FPS skill set. So a lot of people who have or played FPSs in the past, like the skill set translates really easily. CS:GO to Fortnite, like PUBG to Fortnite, like all these kind of FPSs can translate really easily. I played like RTSs and like MMOs, and I translated that into like MOBAs, and so like. I suck at FPSs, but I think Fortnite's pretty enjoyable. The problem with Fortnite for me is that like I don't really enjoy FPSs, and I don't really enjoy the fact that it's not super competitive. So like I played it a little bit, and like ever since then I really haven't touched it since. And for League of Legends, dude, I've been playing this game for 8 years. Like since season 1, was a professional player, analyst, coach. So I can just go down the list. Like seriously, I think it's a great game, but it's got like problems staying afloat in the sense that like keeping relevancy after 8 years is tough.
Valid.
All right, I'll go next just because we'll go down the line. I played League for like 6-7 years, a long time.
Then we converted her.
Relax. But kinda. I played League for a long time, and I'm someone who has like a very addictive personality. So when I get into a game, like I'm just super into that game. Before that, it was like Maple Story, and before that, it was like Endless Online. So I was mostly like MMOs or, I never really touched FPS games. I played guns for like a month, and then my brother told me to stop because he said shooters were his thing. So MMOs had to be my thing.
Oh, okay.
And then afterwards, I just played MOBAs for years and years. And Fortnite is the first game to like really grab my attention for a long time. And yeah, as Smith said, I'm a little bit converted. I still like League, but it's just very, very hard to
a whole
play
lot.
2 games while trying to get better at one. So I'm focusing most of my time on Fortnite, yeah.
Converted. So I used to play, I want to start off with actually League since I'm like, you guys all know that I play a shit ton of Fortnite and whatnot. But so I used to play League back in season 2, season 3. Like I think around Gangplank release is when I initially downloaded the game. Is that right
feel like
though? Was
you're
that
so
around season 2 or
impressed.
season 3?
I don't even remember, but that's a long time.
Yeah, I remember
ago.
like him being the login screen.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this guy looks cool. And he was on like free week, and I was like, okay. I played what is the one game mode where it's not Rift, but it's like a big circle?
Aram?
No,
Dominion.
Dominion.
Do they
Rest
have
in
that
peace.
still?
No.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a
So
throwback.
I think like one of my first matches were just playing Dominion GP, and I was like, oh, this guy's really fun. Like I just hit one button and he does a lot of damage, so I like it. So I played League for I think 4 years, and then I stopped playing League. Followed, and I mean, I started watching the comp scene, fell in love with TSM and everything that they did in there, and then I stopped playing League. And before I play League, actually, I used to play a lot of FPS games, which is strange. Yeah, so
That you
I actually have a
switched to
really
League,
good
yeah.
mix of both. I come from as a child, I used to play a lot of FPS games: Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefield. And then I quit playing those to play League. And then after, yeah, I know, downgrade.
What the fuck?
God damn.
Relax,
kidding, no, no.
relax.
Listen,
This is
you're
not a
outnumbered
flame
here.
ride
Yeah,
episode.
League's good. League's good. But no. Then I stopped playing League, and I think I moved on because I noticed I started just being really toxic. I was like really bad. It was like taking a toll on me, and I was like, I'm not getting better. I suck at
Mo's
this
like,
game.
oh yeah.
But I also
I
just
feel
blame my
that.
teammates all the time. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna play this anymore. And then I went on like this loop adventure of like trying to figure out what game to play. And then I found Paragon.
Really?
Yeah.
You're exciting Scarra
oh.
so much.
Oh
it's
my
really
god! No
cute.
one
Play
knows.
Paragon?
No one knows about Paragon.
That's how I started. Like that's how I started my relationship with Epic.
Epic?
Yeah.
Like I knew Epic because my friend who knew my other friend Nathan Mooney. Like
Yeah, Mooney. That's my dad. That's my Epic
Really?
Games dad.
He moved
Yes.
to Paragon, and then like
Yeah.
and I was like, "What is this game?" And it's a MOBA FPS, and it
Oh.
did really poorly and died.
Aww.
And yeah, sure, the concept.
Dude, same with
Yeah.
MXM.
Yeah. So
Oh,
like,
that was a great
like
game.
Yeah.
they died. It died, and I was like, "Oh, Paragon's done for," you know. And then they went Fortnite PV, and I was like, "Oh, it's still done for." And then they went the battle royale. I'm like, wait, they killed it, you know. And then all of a sudden, everyone I know who works at Epic, like Erica and him,
Yeah.
they're going nuts, dude. They're going crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta talk to them sometime. Now they're probably rich as hell. I need to hit them up.
I was actually at the Pro-Am I like reconnected with all of them because I was a pretty like staple community member in the Paragon community you remember Shimby by chance, like the K-pop hero, like had like
Yeah, I
and shit?
actually did.
Yeah, so I was like the group of 3 people that like no life Shimby and played her right out of release no matter like how bad she was, and wanted to get really good with her because she was like the only hero in the game that had a skill cap that had a really high skill cap.
People got
pretty
pissed
much.
of this character, pissed off of this
Yeah.
character because she's literally a K-pop girl.
Yeah.
Like legit K-pop.
Yeah,
character
the entire
in the
community
game.
flamed Epic because
So
they're like,
diva.
this doesn't follow the art direction of the
Exactly,
game.
like her
Really?
announcement and her trailer, people were just so pissed. If you could go back and look at like their tweets, people
Comments.
were
Well,
upset.
you can see the
Why?
YouTube comments
Why would
still.
they be so upset?
It's like
She's just a
Because the
cutesy girl.
Paragon community is hella dumb. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Isn't it good to have diversity in characters?
Oh yeah, it is. But they were like, we like the dark, badass stuff, so let's only keep that. It was weird.
Come on, man.
But yeah. So further on, I stopped playing Paragon. Actually, day 1 of Fortnite Battle Royale coming out, I seen the trailer and I was like, yeah, it's over. And then I just started playing Fortnite like every single day since.
Nice.
From pre-release. So that was like when you had to have owned Save the World to actually play Battle Royale. So that was like day 1 on
Holy.
Damn.
You've actually been playing since day 1.
there. Yeah.
Right. Mo, what about you?
Oh, and I love Fortnite.
Oh,
Got to
the
add
follow up to Myth. Here we go, dude.
Oh,
Blow us
yeah,
away,
it
dude.
just went from like a long ass essay to me just like saying replying back with a K. That's it. That's like basically like what this is. But basically, I started playing like, for me like I'm surprised you said Guns. That's like my favorite game of all time.
Really?
Even though I didn't play it that much, like because I played it for like 2 years maybe before it like just got deleted. It was like my favorite game of all time. But I started League in season 4 like pretty recently. Like 5 years, but like it still feels like it was yesterday. Pretty much just stuck with League this whole time. Started streaming 2 years ago, and so I started playing Fortnite. Like I remember when it came out initially, and my friend pre-ordered it for like $30, And then I was like, I'm not buying a game for $30. Like that's crazy. Buying games nowadays just sounds kind of crazy to me. Like paying
Yeah, I
for
know.
games, everything's just free. Like I'm not gonna pay for something.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't pay for shit.
Whoa.
Well, free games that you can buy
Depends.
skins. Like I've spent hundreds of dollars on Fortnite.
On
Yeah,
skins,
but, like,
but the
League, I've spent
actual
thousands,
game,
But like, yeah, hell no.
that's the
So you
formula.
spend
That's
thousands
the
of dollars on
formula.
those
Legit
skins
spent
and
thousands
You
of
gotta
dollars
get
on
people
skins, but I
hooked
won't
first
pay
before you
$8
ask
for a
them
game.
to open their wallet.
Jesus.
Yeah, I gotta know if the game's good. But yeah, I thought Fortnite was a kid's game. Then like it started getting more popular. I was like, you know what? I'll try it out. Why not? Because I played a lot of PUBG, and then I played Fortnite. I enjoyed it, but the thing is, over time, like I'm a really competitive guy. So if Fortnite's like, it's not that competitive to me. Because like, sure, it's like, oh, you gotta win. Nice. You go in another game. Oh, I gotta win. I beat some more bad players. Like I'm trying to like get better. Like play against better players.
Scrim Discord? Wanna come to Scrim Discord? No? Yeah?
That's okay. It's okay. I'll
Come on
stick with
down.
League. I'll stick with League. But like, yeah, like obviously you get to the like the stream scrimming, all that stuff, and like you'll play against like the top level players. But until then, like you're kind of just stomping on noobs all the time. And I'm
much.
really, I'm
Actually, it's
really
really boring.
competitive. Yeah. Like
Guys are
if
really
they
boring.
released a rank ladder, I'm sure I'd be able to grind Fortnite. But for me personally, I can't play the game for more than 3 hours. That like, let me take like a 10-minute
You're already too
break
good.
and just
Yeah,
chill.
leave them alone.
No, it's not even that I'm that good. Like I'm,
No, but
You're
it's true.
God.
You are pretty
I'm just
good.
kidding.
but like
It's all
it's,
good. But
It's
you are
funny you
good.
say that. The
Yeah.
only thing I remember about you when we first played together, I asked you, "Hey, man, do you ever get stream snipers?" He's like, "Honestly, I don't know because they're so
It
bad.
doesn't matter,
They're
yeah.
so bad that like I can't tell."
But
They
here's
evolved,
the
dude.
thing.
What the-
It's
No.
not even that they're so bad. It's just like if you've been playing since day one,
No,
every
that-
player's
that's-
kind of the
that
same.
was a
to
true
you.
ass statement, though.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn."
Because like I really,
I was like, tier goals.
I started actually realizing that I was getting stream snipe when, so you know like how Blitz came back around like recently, right? Mm-hmm. The whole Blitz game mode.
yeah.
Yeah. So I started playing that, and basically all the sweats played Blitz this time around because everybody was like in love with Blitz at this point. It came, I think it was the third time it was around or the second time, and by that time, like everybody knew that Blitz was the funner, faster
Game mode.
pace, and every
ARAM for
single.
League.
Now Earth.
Every single
Oh,
player
yeah,
that
I mean
actually knew how to play the game was playing Blitz, and it was ridiculous. So I hopped on Blitz one day with like showing my like lobby queue, and I was like, I land in Gus Cinnamon Roll, and people just rotate for no reason out of retail row to come to Gus, and that's not a rotation anyone makes. You don't rotate from retail row to the shore to like to
Yeah,
Gus.
yeah.
It's the other way around. Like there's no reason why you go outside of the map to rotate to Gus to get the 2 chests that exist there. And at that point I was like, checked replays, and literally this guy he lands, grabs a shotgun and beelines me, and I'm like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and this was like once I was starting to get back into the swing of things, so I was like kind of still warming up because I like this month has been crazy when it comes to my schedule. Like I haven't streamed as much as I wanted to, so I came back like super rusty, and just all these people were like stomping on me in Blitz, and I was like, oh god, I was like, what's happening? But I was like, oh, they're all stream snipers.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know that feel. It especially sucks when you're not as good as him.
But when I play pubs though, I don't
People
really.
just ruin your
I
game.
still don't really realize.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm sure like it's like playing normal games in League. That's kind of how I see it.
All right. Well, I thought it'd be interesting to.
Wait, we just cut his intro.
I did my intro.
Oh,
No,
you
he's
did your full
done.
thing?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
What?
keep going. No, don't worry about it.
I'm a simple guy.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Literally a
less
K
is
reply.
more.
Anyways, I thought it'd be interesting to talk about both games right now because from what I hear, the League meta is pretty messy.
They're like
And
bottom.
we'll
Yeah.
talk about it. And the Fortnite meta, they recently posted something about how they're planning on doing balance changes.
Oh yes.
So
they have.
there's a lot of juicy stuff to talk about, but I want to preface it by saying this is not a Flame Riot or Flame Epic or Flame any game type
yes,
of
it is.
discussion.
Oh,
No, it's
hell
not.
yeah, it
Like
is.
Yes,
there are things that I love and dislike about both games. We're just here to talk about them. I have like no agenda or
I have no
idea I'm
knowledge.
trying to put out. Okay.
I went to LCS
Ooh.
How
recently.
is that?
Yeah, they didn't play Bruiser bottom.
Yeah.
Well, they played Vlad bot. That's something. Like,
Oh no.
What?
Were you only there for
TSM
one
did it.
game, or?
Oh, the TSM versus CLG. They both played just like
Yeah,
typical
yeah,
bot
yeah.
lanes, and I was like, that's strange.
All the
I
for
think.
competitive, it's like 70%.
Yeah.
What is the format
Okay.
now? Is it just best of ones?
Yeah. It's just
I
best of
wonder what it
ones.
would be like in best of threes. Because
Less
maybe they
bruisers.
wouldn't it be more?
I think people are more. Bruisers are more like I would say cheese strategies and less
The
strategy.
wild
Yeah.
card.
Yeah, they're super good. And so you
Oh,
would play.
so it'd be more likely in best of
yeah,
ones?
best of ones. People are looking for that win. They're like anything for the win, pretty much.
Okay, so could you kind of describe the league meta right now?
I think what happened, AD got their
You too, Mo, if you want to add in
Okay.
anything.
No, I'll let
AD's
Scar
got their
start.
base meta or base stats nerfed.
Their
So
base
people were
armor,
just
yeah.
like, hey, let's try throwing random shit here, and they started doing that, and it worked. And I think that like this is great for the game, but what happens is generally that people are trying stuff and it sucks. And so I think that bruisers are not nearly as strong as people think. It's just the first time people have been able to innovate, and people are going wild. They're like, "Holy shit, we can throw like fucking like
Vladbot.
Vladimir here, and why not
Is
throw
Vi
Pantheon
like
considered a
J4,
bruiser?
right?
what?
Is Vi considered a bruiser?
Vi's considered garbage.
Oh, okay.
Like Vi,
Yeah,
is she like is she a
It's
bruiser
so
though? Like
long.
her
she's
general
like
role?
yeah,
She's a bruiser, yeah.
yeah, somewhat,
Okay,
somewhat.
so no, the reason
like
I was
a
like
fighter.
giggling over here on the side is because back in I think it was like the second season that I ever played ranked, or no, the first season that I played ranked, I decided to take Vi bot as ADC, and I won like 5 games in a row.
Yeah,
But it was like back when Vi
Damn.
was
yeah.
hella dumb.
The great thing is like people
interesting.
don't know how to play against
Yeah.
these new picks, so they just suck against them, and then
Yeah.
people suck playing them. So you just dice roll every game, and
Yeah.
that's why people think the meta is really weird right now. On top of the fact that it's super fast paced, it's probably like one of the earliest game snowballing metas that we've had. So like everyone's playing a lot of random bullshit, and even if they suck at it, they might win.
Do you hear people saying that they enjoy this meta though? 'Cause
Yeah.
all I hear is complaining.
Well, I hear streamers, like 90% of streamers just like
Yeah.
love it because it's like just trolls fun. Like who gives a shit? Like especially games kind of end so quick now. Like you get a lead early, you just win the game kind of. It's like honestly pretty troll, but I enjoy it. I know a lot of pros that I'm friends with. Like they're pretty split. Like half of them like it's fun. Like I get to try new things, and then others are like it's not competitive. Like I'm scared to get like kicked off my team just for not being able to play some shit I shouldn't know how to play. Like
Yeah, for pro
That's
players,
great.
it's like legit. One of the coaches was like, wouldn't be surprised to see ADs retire in this meta because they have to learn how to play random stuff like Ornn bottling tanks, and they have to play like Vladimir like mages, and they've refined their skill set.
in a certain
You
role.
remember how I talked about everyone played FPS, the skill sets like kind of translate?
Yeah, that's kind of the same way.
6
in
years
League,
of
yeah.
ADs being exactly the same, and now they have to play like Yassuo or Aurelia.
Oh, that must
They're
really suck for them.
Awful at it. Like just like this guy watches AD play,
I watch it,
ADs
yeah.
play, and
I watch people play Yasuo that don't know how to play Yasuo, and it's so bad. But the thing I like that's pretty interesting about it is like it goes both ways to both teams. Like say the ADC player is playing like an ADC and the other ADC player playing Yasuo. People don't know how to play against the Yasuo because they're not used to playing against him in lane, so they get shit on. But also the Yasuo doesn't know how to play, so it's literally just like
So
Scarra
they're
said, it's
both at a
literally just, like,
disadvantage,
you flip a
basically.
coin, and it's like all right, you win. That's how it works. But yeah. I think over time it's just gonna get worse for the ADC player because people are gonna learn how to play that champion a lot better. Like people are gonna learn, like the ADC players are gonna learn Vlad and shit on them even harder.
I see.
so 3 weeks in LCS of like coin flip stuff, and then like 3 weeks of them relearning their old stuff. And that's gonna be the first 6 weeks of LCS this year or this split. I'm pretty
Holy.
sure.
And then, do you want to go over the Fortnite meta and maybe what the
Oh, I'm
posts
really
that they
interested.
posted
Have
today,
you read the
like what they
posts?
I have
plan on
not.
changing?
All I know is whenever Fortnite talks about anything, I can look at your Twitter and literally there's
Like, I don't even need to read
Yo,
it.
that's why I was
like-
so excited for today's podcast because I know you love to talk about that stuff, and I know he
Yeah.
loves to talk about that stuff. So I'm
Yeah.
like,
I like
dive
I like
in.
balance when it comes to Fortnite, especially because I hold that game like really close
I
to my
wish
heart.
you were in the Fortnite community just so you could like counter all
And
his
I-
points. It would be like the greatest
I'm-
debate of all
yeah.
time.
So I'm very much the person that goes against everybody else in the community. Not to just do it though. Like I have my reason. What do you
like
mean?
deep down a little
No.
bit, a little
No,
bit.
not
Like,
even.
you-
No.
yeah, I
no,
know
no.
you think it's fun though.
No, I don't think it's fun. I mean, it's interesting to see other people's opinions, and it's good to spark conversation about these changes and stuff. But overall, I guess my opinions on things have been very brown nosy, I guess, in other people's eyes. So Epic released this post today, and the post basically goes over the way they're gonna combat making future balance changes to the game. And right now they're gonna be focusing on correcting the stale, boring, annoying late game meta that exists right now.
Which is, if you had to describe it.
So yeah, currently late game consists of, and it's competitive, and it's also pub. It's not like one or the other is benefiting more or less. So right now, let's say pub games. You go into a game. Once you hit the tier 3 circle, zones still take 2 to 3 minutes to actually close in, and you're just sitting in a base waiting for people to rotate out of positions. Which is, there's literally nothing that you bet. Nothing happens. There's 10 people alive. We're all waiting for the zone to close in. And part of me is just like, just close the zone. Just close the zone. Like, speed it up. And then it ends up being like, okay, you finally kill that random no skin. Like, okay, game ended once the zones close in. But yeah, late game zones take way too long. And then you have the flip side, the comp side is you have these people building these huge ass bases in late game circles, but instead of rotating off from the floor and like jumping out of their bases when the zone moves, they just build these sky bases. They just build these sky bases, and what you do is you put a floor panel and then you put a roof on top of it, so it makes it even harder to destroy your structure, your sky
Kill
roof.
through one, you still have to beat
Yeah,
it.
and then you just whoever has the most campfires wins.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just plop campfires and you wait for the zone to shrink, and whoever survives survives. And that's late game meta at the comp scene. That's pretty much that's how you determine who wins. And it's funny because I was watching this tournament once, this LAN, right, for I think it was Optic Arena, and one of the commentators was like, "I don't know what I just seen," and I was like, "No, I know what you seen. It was bullshit. That's what you seen. The flawed late game meta is what you seen." And it basically what happened is one guy killed another guy, and then that guy died by the storm, and then it flicked to somebody else, and then he died by the storm, and then there's one guy with campfires bandaging.
Yeah.
Just like, and he's the person who won. He won the game, that match. And I was like, no, what you've seen is a super flawed system.
Okay.
But now, so Epic put this post out, and what they talk about in the post is like, hey, we want to make changes to overall promote different types of play styles, and we don't believe that the general way that things are done now, like just these crazy build fights that happen in late game and stuff, are the best way to go about late game meta and whatnot. We want to promote different types of play styles that don't hinder building, but also kind of promote play styles in general. At least that's what I kind of took away from it. And with that, they said, okay, we're going to be looking at weapon damage, the building economy, or they said resource economy.
Wait,
and then
could you hold on a sec? Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off.
It's all good.
But we have a little bit lag. Little
Little
bit
bit.
technical difficulties.
Okay.
I actually can't tell if it's the internet or if it's the PC.
It's weird hearing this because I have the least amount of Fortnite experience. So I'm just here. Like I would say, Mo, you devoted like a good amount of time into playing.
Yeah, I played. Oh, I didn't stream it, but I played it a lot off stream. Like I played League for 6 hours on stream, then
Yeah,
Fortnite
actually,
for
I
like
got
6 off
good.
stream.
It's at like
Ye-
8
yes.
FPS. I have no idea why.
So like,
That's an interesting topic that I think we're going to talk about as well. Playing off stream.
oh
yeah, we should
shit,
discuss that.
Let's go. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm down.
You don't even do that.
I don't
No,
do that anymore.
I don't. Yeah, I don't ever play off stream.
But that's a problem
Yeah, well, I don't
Yeah.
play League
for
off
me
stream.
personally.
It's just Fortnite. It's like I don't want to stream a game that I'm not good at because I want to like be at that top level if I'm gonna play it. Basically, it's kind
That's
of
my problem too. We are. Wow, we're at.
Don't worry,
15
dude.
18 FPS.
The laptop's like heating up.
FPS.
Man, my new laptop was supposed to come in for this week, but
Oh.
it had some delays.
Yeah,
I
So
know
we
some
don't
stuff
have it
about
for the
laptop
next week.
delays. Wait, did you hear what happened with mine?
Mm-mm.
Wait, can I even tell this? A sponsor sent me a laptop, okay,
Yeah.
and I was doing like an unboxing on it. This is all on video, so
Oh
I
my-
unboxed this, and like he's filming me. It's close-ups, and I'm like opening it, and it's upside down. I'm like, whatever, dude. I'll turn it upside down. Turn it upside down. It's the wrong laptop. It's a different like product, and I'm a different brand. I'm just like,
Wait, what?
what the
So it's-
fuck?
So
No, it's
Talk
straight, it's
about
straight from
that.
Amazon too.
Yeah.
So I open it up and I look and it has a Intel Pentium core. That's a decade old
Yeah.
processor. And so the guy literally from the Amazon warehouse scammed me straight up from like a 2K plus laptop. And I'm here just being like, I can't finish this video, and I just got left
This
with like
live stream?
this. Yeah, no, this wasn't on
Okay,
stream.
okay,
It
that's
would have been
recorded,
so
okay.
funny. But I'm left with like this random like decade old laptop that this guy owns, and I'm just like, what do I do? And we're living with Destiny at the time. He's like, yo, you want me to just go back and like, dig up dirt on this guy? Because he like the hard drive is still in there. He gave us
Wait,
like,
did you
Oh,
buy the
snap.
laptop yourself?
No. The sponsor sent it to me, but
Oh,
it
okay.
was from Amazon
Yeah.
services. So like someone just jacked it from the
Oh
warehouse.
man.
Oh, I
And the
see.
funniest thing is they had metal plates to simulate extra weight.
Wow.
And so while I was
Holy
opening them, I'm like, what are these plates for? This is so weird.
so heavy.
Yeah, and I'm just like, literally my face when you see it, because he has it on video, is just like,
Please post that.
No,
Just the reaction.
I have to wait like a month till after, but like, yeah, well, it's so funny though.
Okay. We good?
Oh.
No, it should be. I see 30.
Oh yeah, I see 30 FPS.
Alright.
Man, the CPU is popping. Poor little Dell laptop.
It was not meant for this kind of work.
I know. Hey, okay, I think we're good.
Already saved?
Yeah. I apologize again.
That's all good. So yeah, onward. they basically are hinting at reducing the overall, or like one of the changes that they're hinting that a lot of people took from this post is that they're looking at, so you know how you got like max material is like 999 for every, for, you know, wood, stone, metal. I think that they're thinking about reducing it and then in turn increasing the amount of materials that you gain when farming.
Ooh.
Which is a super
Less
interesting
Minecraft.
concept. Yeah. So I had like I think I sat on my stream for like an hour this morning, just kind of going through the, you know, just talking to chat and figuring out like, okay, what's good about this? What's bad about this? And what's good about it is that currently a lot of people's counter argument is that why are we going to hinder building and build fighting in general? And my sort of reply to that is build fighting doesn't exist the same way it does. It's going to exist in 2 months. People that build fight right now don't understand disengagement practices. And it's super important to build fighting in Fortnite. And you don't see it enough.
What do you mean disengagement practice?
Like
Like
people
disengaging a
hopping
fight?
out and
So,
breaking the
yeah,
base?
exactly. So there's this thing that I call it resetting the fight in Fortnite. So when you're in the middle of a battle, when you're in the middle of a build battle and somebody takes the high ground over you, it makes no sense for you to try to retake the high ground strictly through building. If the player's competent, you're not going to get the high ground back. It's just not going to happen. There's the distance, and unless you have
But
impulses,
probably nowadays, in most case, good players can do that because most other players can't build as well.
Build fights right now, happen right now, and that back and forth does happen because players don't know how to take and keep their advantage when they're high. But going up against players that are more knowledgeable, you either need impulses, bouncers, or jump pads to kind of take over somebody's high ground, or you need to reset the fight or disengage. So, and it's funny because as this happened today, I like showed examples on stream of letting like people would take high ground over me and I'll disengage and reset the fight and then capitalize. Yeah. So, and at the end of the day, all right, sorry, no, let me stay on track. So, yeah, so disengagement practices are somebody takes high ground over you, instead of contesting them, you retreat back down and you reset the fight and make them push towards you. Because at the end of the day, if they want to kill you, they have to come toward you somehow. And you're still able to build, but it just doesn't make sense to waste the materials on that type of build fight. And yeah, so I think the community, the reason why they think it's so bad is because they think that these materials, that these insane amount of materials that we have right now do like they do something good for us right now. And in general, build fights shouldn't take 400, 500, 700 plus wood a fight if you're going up against competent players. Depending on the way the fight progresses, of course. I mean, you could end up in a reset cycle and just both end up with no mats. It's happened to me before against good players. It's actually tragic.
Tragic.
Yeah.
So if they do limit your mats, what do you think the meta would look like, or what would build fights look like in that case?
So meta-wise, it promotes a lot more aggression late game, is what I've realized. So actually today, I decided to stump myself completely and limit myself to 700 mats on all of my things. And I realized it doesn't make sense for me late game to invest 200 to 300 materials into building this high 1x1 because now I'm stuck with like a 400 or 500 mat pool to fight against other players. So players, well, I think when Epic does make this change, if they make this change and when they make this change, you're going to see a lot more aggression late game, which I think is what people want.
I think so too.
I'm like very casual about this game,
Yeah,
right? Like
it's all good.
for me, farming mats, I'm just like, oh god, why the fuck did it take so long?
Yeah,
right?
Yep.
that's exactly.
But like to be honest, the way I always saw mats was like, if you're the better player, your mats are infinite. Might as well just have an infinity sign. Because what ends up happening is you kill the people and take their mats, right? And then that's what I always thought is like,
Yeah.
if you're
But
a good
recently, that was kind of
that's something that, well, that wasn't people. I don't think people conceive that correctly. The floor loot that spawns in these floor nodes that's what they nerfed.
Yeah, but then
like the little
the
patch
people
of
that
wood.
you kill generally have less wood.
Is that what happened? Does that happen recently?
Yeah.
Really?
No, I mean
It's 'cause they're picking up less, so
they're
you're
picking
getting
up
less.
less.
Oh yeah, but
So you
okay.
get less.
Yeah, so
when you kill them.
So my counter argument to that was, who's getting all their wood from these floor nice loot spawns? These
skins that I get to kill.
these 20 pieces of wood that you pick up from now and then, like it doesn't really benefit your pool.
I think people generally speak out about it. Whoopsie. Probably because they notice a difference.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, like back on my topic, I was like,
Okay.
only the good players are gonna have infinite mats, and like the better you get, the more mats you have. And so, as a really bad player at the game, I was always like, dear God, like I just ran out again. Like I used 100, I'm like, fuck, where do I find more? Like seriously, that's me when
Yeah.
I'm playing the game. And so it's funny to hear from you that like in like the late game, the way I see late game, everyone has just capped.
Really?
'Cause I don't
Oh,
know if
wow.
that's true.
No, it's not.
But in my mind,
Yeah.
it's like when everyone fights, like as the resources all get pooled into 10 people pretty much. And so
Ideally,
like
yeah.
what ends up happening is those 10 people have like 80% to 100% of their resources. But you're telling me that's not the case. That's how I always thought of it.
Yeah, like ideally, yeah, that makes sense logically, right? But it's really not because people don't necessarily manage their materials properly. They'll take a fight and then disengage off a fight, or use mats when they shouldn't, or in just like poor
I
situations.
think one of the biggest things about League is like people don't like it when you can't kill other people.
Yeah.
Like, so like League has like a resolve tree, and people complain about this tree. Literally, this
It's
guy
so
does.
it's just stupid.
It's
It's
a
like-
tree that's built. It's a new rune tree that's built to make sure you can't die, to burst damage, to like consistent DPS. It's just there to make sure you're not
You're
able to be
tanky
punished
as
as much
heck.
as
Yeah.
other people. And like to be honest, it's caused a lot of frustration for old players because they're just like, I want to show I'm better than this guy. and like
1v1.
and for no seriously
Yeah.
Most like yes.
for newer players, it's like it's nice that they have this kind of like, or not newer players, like worse players. It's nice that they have this kind of leniency. It's like I can take like 5 bad trades instead of 2, because before like you have 2 pots, you take like 3 bad trades, you're out.
You're done,
Now you
yeah.
take like 6 bad trades and you're like still okay.
Yeah.
And so it's really frustrating from a league perspective. So like I always think anything that encourages people to kill each other, that should be the highlight of your game. You're
Yeah.
there because this is a PvP game. You want to kill the other guy. You're bloodthirsty. You want your game to be a massacre.
Yeah.
Even at the highest level of play, like people should encourage that. And I know like League at the highest level of play, it used to be all turtling on this patch. They had to literally make Baron and Elder Dragon give a super buff to where like if you gave up 2 in a row, you lost the game. 100%, literally unwinnable.
Yeah.
So like that, they force people to stop turtling to fight it. And so, yeah, I think that anything that encourages the game to kill other people more is better, especially if it's a PvP game.
Yeah, and then like one of the changes that a lot of people want to see out of just building, and so Epic didn't make any comments on storm circles really in this note, which is what a lot of people want to see. But I think it's something that they are interested in, but they want to see how affecting the entire like the actual economy like side of the game like alters the meta before they go ahead and like, okay, maybe it's not storms that needs to be changed. Maybe it's the fact that people just have like too many mats at any given moment.
You played Battlerite, right?
Yeah.
Did you play Battlerite?
Yeah.
I actually like that game a lot.
So
It
the,
is
the
really
Battlerite
nice.
system. Did you play Battlerite? The
Oh, it's
Battlerite
so
system
fun.
at the very end is the storm system, right? The
Yeah.
storm comes in, but because you can't build up,
Yeah.
the game gets a lot more tense. Like as you start, the
Yeah.
circle starts going down. People are like, "Holy
Gets
shit!"
intense, yeah.
Right? And so like I look toward Battlerite as like a very pure storm system. Like that's an ideal system. But you guys can't do that because you guys have building and you guys can go vertical
Yeah.
and go tall. Ideally, I would say that like if a storm system can match that consistent decrease, maybe at the very last
The storm starts coming in from
So
the top.
one of the biggest suggestions is that at the end of the game, the storm starts dealing damage to your structures.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you're in the zone and you're building, you're good. But if you start like if it starts touching the zone, you'll start deteriorating. So you can't build up, and you have to be aware of what you're on. So
Does
you play
it
toward the lower ground more?
for the storm in Fortnite? Is it like it goes like down, it stops and goes down, stops and goes?
Yes.
I just think that the very last part of the storm, it should consistently go down.
Yes.
Right? Because it's
So
like
there's no. That's oh my god. I talk about literally whenever I'm playing solo matches. I'm like, why am I sitting here? Why am I sitting here? Make me move.
because the last like 10 people should be like the most tense stuff. Like I said, Battlerite, when you're down to like the last 3 people and it's going down, like it doesn't stop, right? It doesn't. It goes in from like wide to like it very slowly goes in, and as you're at the very end, that's where it gets tense. People
Yeah.
mess up. People start doing really well. Like you see clutch players, you see like really bad players in clutch moments, you know. And then like that's why I think should happen, you know. It's just a very gradual, a consistent decrease
Yeah.
when you get to the very end. And I don't think anyone would complain about it because if you're getting to the last 10 players, you're already happy about yourself. And this only affects.
Depends on the player, but yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, dude. But like, if you're in the last 10 people, like you want it to be as interesting for for you as possible. And in that situation, you want to just make it so that you're this pressure on people to reposition and constantly move toward the most important thing.
The issue, I think the biggest issue with late game right now, and it's what Epic's trying to correct with like making these changes, that there's just way too much idle time. It allows people to set up for stupid things and create stupid meta.
I mean, the weirdest thing is, like, I say this about Battle Right, but honestly, the middle of Battle Right has something very big incentive, right? You kill the orb, it gives you 50% of your ulti. So like that doesn't exist. Like if you had a thing that gave you like free mats at the very middle, everyone would run in, right?
Yeah.
Because if it's a lot of mats, like it's worth it at some point. So that doesn't exist in Fortnite. I don't know if it should exist.
That'd be a fun
Crates,
LTM.
like, packages.
Yeah.
No, can you imagine
They could test it
can you imagine
out.
some imagine if Fortnite were to completely redesign the way the game functions.
Yeah.
Right? You know Minecraft Hunger Games?
No.
Okay, so basically it's like that system. So imagine Fortnite. So Minecraft Hunger Games, every single player spawn in a circle, right? And then from that circle, you have to go outwards and get loot.
Okay.
And then that circle will spawn loot midway into the game. It will refresh the loot boxes like midway into the game. So you could either choose to go like back to the middle, or you could like not and fend off. I think that's like I think one of the only battle royale games that's done a system like that. From my knowledge, I don't think Arma's had a similar system, or none of these other battle royale games have done like a core system, which is why I bring up Minecraft Hunger Games.
I was gonna say you went really wide with this because like
Yeah.
I've never played Minecraft in my life.
Me like
Really?
I
Me
played
either.
once maybe.
Great game. I love
Wow,
no
really?
no yeah
Of
like,
course, the Fortnite.
I played
players
a lot of factions like Minecraft. Yeah, I don't know. You probably don't know what that is. But Chad knows what it is.
Oh my god.
You guys know Minecraft factions, PvP.
But that sounds sick. Like some reason for people to want to be in the middle, like whether it's like an item or like more loot or something.
Well, they have llamas and they have like crates, but the problem with that is you don't know where it is, so it's super random.
Well, what if it always dropped to the center of this?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, what if there was always a llama in
That'd
the
be a
middle
cool
of the
LTM.
circle?
I'd like to see the
That
do
would
something
be
like that.
Well,
really
how
fun
long is
to
an average
test
game?
out.
60 minutes?
An average game,
Yeah.
solos, 30 minutes.
Really?
If you,
Really?
to win,
Oh, I guess yeah. When
well,
you win,
like victory,
It's actually surprisingly.
because
30
games you
minutes.
lose quick. Like I looked at my average game time and it was like 2.5 minutes. Because so much of the time you just spawn, die,
And die,
like
yeah,
10
yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, I'll
is,
say
like 10
But
But
when
seconds.
you
30
go
minutes.
long, like to the
Really?
end, it's like 25
Wow.
minutes. I'd say.
Then like at some point past like the 20-minute mark, you just have llamas drop in or some stupid stuff drop in
Ayy.
because it's like only at the very end are people gonna be. It's just anti-late games.
Or if the middle, like you just instantly refreshes your HP and shield. You just get full HP shield when you touch
Maybe
the middle
if
of the
there's like a
circle.
super buff, like a mega heal, like from like I don't
Yeah,
know.
You get a third shield.
Yeah, yeah.
well, that's
Oh,
like
that'd be cool.
that's kind of like
Arena.
the LTM that came out, the Gauntlet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting.
Sorta.
Dude,
Yeah.
by the way, just side note, that's when I knew Fortnite was gonna like be successful.
When
the,
that
When
one
they
came
deleted
out?
that.
Yeah?
So the
Thanos?
reason why is because like
It took you so long.
no. Okay. The reason why is because I talked
God.
to Edison, the person who helps work with us, and like from the engineering standpoint, they had to spend months to make that work. And it went out without a hitch. It was perfectly like done,
Timed?
and no
Oh,
one
yeah.
had problems with it at all. And it was just like a very seamless experience. So people were just like, "Oh, this is great." But like I've seen so many integrations with like major corporations, major stuff just flop. And it was like they announced it like a couple days before they did it, and that's it. And it's like just to see that level of execution, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
Epic
Epic's kinda
Games,
nutty.
good shit, good shit.
Sorry.
But
That's
just
good.
in general,
That's a
I wanted
good
to
view.
ask you guys what you think a developer should look for when it comes to balance changes. Because I see a lot of people,
yeah.
or like how a
Balancing
game should
toward the
go about that.
casual,
Yeah,
balancing toward the
exactly. I see a
hardcore.
lot of people going back
I
and
think
forth
peop-
on that. How
yeah.
do you perfect it?
Yeah.
Or
I think,
is it even possible to make a game equally enjoyable for casual players and for competitive players?
I think, well, League does it off the pro player, I'm pretty sure. Like, even if there's a champion that's kind of OP, like, in solo queue, until it's busted out in pro play, they're not going to nerf it for the most part. Like, that's, like, kind of what happens most of the time. Like, it gets played in pro game once, and then they're like, oh, shit, this is kind of OP. Or I'm sure Riot knows, because I've even heard from Rioters, like, they're like, oh, this champion actually is, like, hidden OP, like, but we're not going to nerf it because it's not played as much. So once it's played enough, or it's, like, played in pro and, like, got a lot of exposure,
in
then they
pro?
nerf it. Okay, listen here.
No, seriously.
Oh, no, wait, what did I say? I said prayed in pro. I thought you were making fun of me.
no, I didn't hear that.
Oh. Yeah, but I like Riot system. Like, it's like pretty much just off like what's in pro play. I don't
You
think
like that
Yeah.
because you're competitive.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And like you play at a high level, so it makes sense.
Wait,
But-
you know I did a video about this that like I'd spend like 3 hours making content about, right?
Go ahead. This is your
Like she
chance
said, she doesn't watch
to
your content.
reiterate
Yeah, I know,
and
she doesn't
perhaps
watch my
link
shit.
people to youtube.com/Scarra.
No, the biggest thing, like the TLDR about everything in the end is that your player base gets better over time.
That's my view on it.
Yeah, and
That's what I was gonna say.
So like, you can't balance around the worst players because at some point, like the game is only enjoyable is as you're getting better. Like you feel that like you're getting better.
The progress.
It gets worse if like you're getting better and you feel like the game is getting worse. So like you balance around better players because eventually, the average standard of your user base is gonna be at like. It could start at like this level and then go up and then go up. So League has been out for like 9 years. If you watch professional play from when I used to play and watch like solo queue now, like diamond level, it has like better mechanics. Literally, are just like better players. Like that's how good
Yeah.
League of Legends players
I'm a
are.
season 1 professional.
Dude, I watched like Hot Shot play like back in the day. Like I saw some like Cho out. I'm like, dude, what are these players doing? And they're like in the World Championship. Like, let's go.
Like seriously,
And I was like, this
these
is
people on the
shit.
table right now that play League could go back and be professional players in early season. Like not
so
just professional
funny.
players, best of the region kind of stuff. Like that's how good players have gotten.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing? Who are you laughing about?
Laughing about what?
I said these players. Which of the players are you laughing about?
No, that's not why I was laughing.
No.
I was just the general concept of like me fucking world championship.
I mean, you're basically doing that in Fortnite.
Yeah, that's a different game though.
True.
But yeah. So the
Yeah.
best thing is the player base gets better, so you balance around like higher level play. I will say there's a caveat where like if something is like an outside variable, like really like just stomping like noobs, like literally just like every time they play against this champion, they're getting shit stomped.
Yeah.
You should nerf that in
Yeah.
some way, shape, or form. But for the most part, you balance around high levels of play just simply based on the fact that their player base is going to get better over time.
Yeah.
That's the only argument I have for it.
I think it's super ignorant when people online are like, they're balancing toward casuals, they need to balance toward pros. I'm like, no, you need to like, it needs to be a flow. It needs development. You can't, I don't think it's like, okay, we're gonna balance 100% on the top of the tier players, or we're gonna balance toward casuals. But it's how do you make the transition from these casual players into high level play, and that's where I think balance should be done.
Speaking of that,
Or how
though,
it should be
as
done.
someone who's obviously more casual than you guys are in games generally, my biggest issue with Fortnite is just that there's like no ranking system whatsoever.
Yeah.
So like, as someone who's trying to get better, it doesn't really feel that satisfying to progress in small ways, like unless you're getting that number 1 spot.
You should play
Wait,
Realm Royale.
wait, why?
Oh yeah.
You have to
Is it
explain the
different?
ranks.
Wait, you're the one who explained it.
No,
Oh,
you were
it
the
was
one.
No, it was Cutie that explained it then.
Oh
Aren't
yeah,
people
yeah,
like
yeah.
getting master rank in like one day?
Yeah, no, I saw
Because
like
they're
the
just shitting
game's
on
been
a
out
bunch
like
of
3
random
days,
people.
and they're like, oh, I'm masters now. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
What's
people
going
are
on
like
here?
showing that off on Twitter and shit like, we're masters.
So Realm Royale, you can never demote, and your
What?
rank is based on
Ooh.
your wins.
What?
I
So
know what I'm playing.
You're
at.
literally just like getting your
Yeah, that's what-
mind.
Oh!
So
like,
everybody just ends up
Yeah,
masters.
so everyone at some
Oh, that's
point.
not really nice though.
That's like
either.
it's like going to gym class, right? You got like a softball tournament. You're like, hey, you did a good job, kid. Here's a participation award.
But
You hit the ball once.
Get enough of those, dude. You'll be masters.
Yeah,
in that
exactly.
game. I'm just saying. That's the rank system.
That's
right
awful. That's trash.
Yeah. No,
my
because
opinion.
I remember, and this is so old, but when I first started playing League, I don't know if
wonder why
any of you
everyone's
guys
playing
remember
that
this,
game.
but there were like custom lobbies
Feels
for
so
people who were like level 21 and under. And I remember I would play in these custom lobbies so much because, I mean, you're playing against people who are like equal caliber, and you can tell when you make a better play and you're progressing in those small ways and it feels good, right? I remember when I got to level 22, I was so sad that I couldn't join anymore. But yeah, that, and even just like ranked play, you can tell when you're getting better. For me, it's just like, like,
You guys think a rank system for Fortnite would be healthy?
I think it'd be terrible.
yeah, what?
Yeah?
Why?
Okay.
I would
play-
love
I'd
to
play it
match up
more.
against people who are closer to my caliber.
Two things. Me and Mo, like we just talked about how like we're not playing Fortnite a lot because it's not competitive
enough?
right? So like it doesn't have a ladder. It doesn't really grip me without one. But with it, I think I think Battle Royales have potentially some of the worst problems with ranked of all game genres.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's like the reason why what makes Fortnite good is you're
Building
like
building system allows a lot more flexibility when it comes to like determining skill.
and even like put it this way, there's 100 players in the game. Assuming everyone's equal skill, and you're like and you're playing against everyone at your same skill level, you will win a Fortnite game 1 out of 100. Does that make you feel good?
Wait, sorry, could you repeat that?
You'll win a Fortnite
I
game
get what
1
you're
time out of 100.
saying,
And it's
but
you're
that's
playing
like-
against everyone at the same level.
He's saying like if you put like 100 Challenger League players in a lobby, like all to play
I
against each
mean-
other, and it's like one's gonna win. You're all the same
So-
level.
There's got to be like a enough variable to
the problem
show.
is like that's different than in League, because in League, if everyone's playing like challengers, like 5 people win, 5 people lose, and like
50%.
you love to play against better players around your skill level,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of casual players
I
ranked will
see.
kill the game. A lot of streamers ranked gonna kill their viewer base. I bet you,
Oh, yeah.
because what ends up happening is people think
Pub
every
stomping
streamer
is
that
legit.
plays Fortnite is a god.
Yeah.
Because they keep beating
pub stomping.
people who are
Exactly.
worse.
And
yeah.
so like when rank comes out and people can actually put numbers next to other people, oh, it's gonna get
That'd be so funny and so interesting.
Oh, no,
I'd
I
love
think
to see
streamers
that.
wouldn't play. Certain streamers wouldn't play ranked. Plain and simple.
I know.
I think
I
they
think
would
they'll
have
be pressured.
to.
I think they'll be
They-
Yeah,
pressured.
They'd definitely
yeah,
be
they
pressured.
have to
in League,
keep up.
In League,
Yeah.
who streams that doesn't play rank?
Exactly.
The viewers
Like, yeah.
will force you to play rank. You have to do it.
100%.
And so, but the thing about Fortnite is, so now we've officially established they can't be all equal
Sorry.
skill.
Plugin.
So like, that means that when you're doing rank for Fortnite, your buckets are gonna have to be huge. So like in League, it's like Master, Challenger, Diamond, like in the 5 other things, right? And in Fortnite, it's like, well, if everyone's in like the Diamond level, you can't have 100 players in your game be Diamonds. Instead, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have like 60% of your players be Diamond or 40%. And then the buckets will fill out over the lower elos. That way, it'll normalize the game, and the lower and the higher ones.
Oh,
And so,
I
like, that's the
see.
problem with ranked
But
for
then
battle
who would
royales.
really want to be like super low?
Well, I mean,
on
no
that
one will
bucket?
want to, but it'll end up being a system where like you have to go that way, because at some level, when you're like going up, you will just lose too much.
But I wonder if that's. I
People-
wonder if
well,
that's better than how it is now.
So, the variable or the major variable wouldn't only be winning, ideally.
True. You'd see like, oh, I got to this, I got to that, but to be honest, no one really
Winning, yeah.
cares about getting top 10.
Yeah.
At the moment.
At that level.
Which
Yeah,
feels
yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
Or like, like for me,
No, it's good. Depends on your community.
for me, it's not the end game screen just shows you, right? You don't have an end game screen unless you're a winner. But let's say they have an end game screen for like top 10. You see the escalating person, like, mids to
Ooh,
the
you
top.
get like +1 LP at 10,
yeah.
+2 LP
Or
at 9.
it's something like that. Like the Smash end game screen, when you beat up the people and you see the guy who's winning, he does like his custom animation. You see the losers like, oh, here's second player for.
Yeah.
But like they're at least seen. But right now, unless you're the winner, you don't get anything, right? You're just shit.
And that's why I feel like it sucks
Well, I mean,
to
even when
progress
you
in
win, you don't get
Fortnite.
shit.
Yeah, I mean, true, but you get the acknowledgement of you get the
satisfaction.
screenshot and you get to like do an emote, right?
Yeah.
But like you don't get to do anything if you're like second, third, fourth place. So like for me, there is no appeal of being anything less than first when playing a battle royale.
And it's
Yeah.
hard
And
to
it's
get
hard
to
as
first.
fuck to get the first.
when you're
like,
just learning.
You're playing with me. I need 3 pros to carry my ass. Maybe we'll get the number 1. Like it's like it's a tough ordeal. So I think that battle royales have the hardest rank system possible.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
PUBG released a rank system. I talked to Edison about it. Literally, I heard it did such a bad thing for the Western audience. I don't know exactly.
It was just
Didn't
like a
it like
point system.
reset?
It was, yeah, no, it was
regularly?
super weird because there's also so many hackers in the game that didn't catch, and like literally the top of the
shit.
leaderboard, they all had like
Oh.
Was that a
95.
hacking issue?
And I haven't played PUBG in months, but they used to like
But if it were to come out,
leaderboards
ranks
literally used to be
would be
95% like every single person, and they'd only show you like the top 10, I'm pretty sure, and then like you could see your rank too, like on next, like it would show you like where you're like based, your like points.
So it
Bots are 1 in 100.
Yeah,
you're like
it's-
3,520.
It's so weird because it's like, yeah, you'd have to quantify it based on like not first place finishes because not everyone
Yeah.
can win. But then it's like, okay, they did a point system, so no one
I
has
think
done
yeah.
a rank system for battle royale that's good yet.
It would have to be completely.
And so-
I think it would have to completely redefine what ranked what we even think ranked is. to be
Fortnite
honest.
has like the hardest thing where they have to like set the standard,
Yeah.
a really really high level play for 100 people. That's why I'm looking forward to the battle royale, just for the
I'm
sole
actually super
reason
interested in
Of
that. as
rank?
well.
Wait, Battle Royale
No.
or doing or Battle Royale?
of yeah they are. It's
20 people. Yeah.
20 is a
Oh.
lot
Figured
different
it, yeah.
because it's like it's a lot less. Maybe they could do more stuff with it. Maybe they're throwing abilities in it, so it's somewhat mobile-esque, like Realm Royale. I'm interested because it's the one that aspires to not compete with these hyper level 100 like people. Like,
Yeah.
But then you also see VR games come out and they want to have like 1,000 people in it.
oh yeah, they're stupid.
That just sounds.
Oh yeah,
like,
have you seen
not a
that?
great time.
Have you seen that
Mhm.
shit?
Yeah.
Wait, I actually haven't.
I have
thought
never
you
Yeah,
were
no,
kidding.
no,
No,
that's a real
seriously.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
There's like this development company. I think they're making like a 500 player or like 1,000 player battle royale
1,000 player.
game. Like a open persistent world and all this crazy like stuff. Yeah.
I don't remember
And
what
it's funny
called,
because like
but I'm
on their
sure
project page they're like,
chat could remind us.
yeah, we're working on
Was
the
it
technology.
Fallout?
I was like, see you in 30 years.
Yeah, what the 100 for me is like ambitious. I'm glad you guys ended at it.
Yeah.
Anything above 100.
At that
is,
point,
like,
why not just
good
make
luck.
it like? Why not just make a survival game at that point?
Yeah,
like
holy
just
A
shit.
casual
open
player will
world
never
persistent
win with like
survival
500
Yeah,
people.
with 1,000 people, you're a casual player. Good luck. You're not
Like,
even.
it's already
touched.
hard enough for casual players to win in Fortnite.
game.
Like,
The interesting thing is how do you promote aggression at that point?
Oh my, bouncing around
How do
You
you
literally just get
promote
shot in
players
the
that
back.
actually want to like?
a shit show,
yeah, I don't
basically.
know. Good luck, have fun.
dude, that sounds terrible. 500 players just getting shot in the back over and
You
over.
know that
You'd
brings
never
an
have to
interesting
fight.
topic because I mean, what would Fortnite look like if it wasn't 100 players? In a
If
lobby?
it was what, less
maybe
or more?
if it was less, maybe if it was like quicker games, like maybe I don't know, maybe go with like a 20-point system.
I don't think I'd mind so much if there was also a good
it'd
ranking
be
system.
interesting.
So like that progression
Just to, like,
felt
see it.
good.
I think
So
it'd be
the funniest
interesting.
thing is like
Dynamics.
I see like League and Dota as having like the claim there are kings of MOBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Heroes of the Storm, which is like it's like the prince. It's like this is a short prince. It's like a
Aw.
little midget. And then so like it's like it
Goddamn.
aspires to be grown up, right?
Yeah.
But like
But it's a midget, so
but,
it
like,
never
the-
will be. Is
but-
that what you're trying to say?
But like they have like Dota, which is super hardcore, and League, which is like medium level hardcore, and HOTS, which is like really easy. And I think that like if you set the standard for battle royales in Fortnite and PUBG at 100. So if you go like less and less and less, what you start to realize is like, less doesn't mean more, because like at some point people just get pissed by the game not having enough options. So like I think like once it gets down to like if you start shrinking it and shrinking the overall map, maybe people just enjoy the game less. Because I think like
Yeah.
at 100, Fortnite's pretty good.
Yeah,
like
it
I
is
drop random places, I like play the game.
It's like
100%.
fun.
yeah, it's fun, and I'm just
almost
like
like a storyline. I don't know.
yeah, I have a lot of fun with it. Every season, they're like mixing up the map a little bit. They're adding new weapons, all kinds of stuff, new skins. I'm sure they
Oh, do
sell
you think
like,
that's a really good? Okay, well, this is off topic, but like after you go off, I want to talk about like map and map direction.
I'm good.
basically.
Go for it.
Oh, okay, you're good. Okay, so like, do you think it's better for one map, change it up often, or multiple maps with different themes, whatever?
You take this.
So I played PUBG, and I loved the first map they had, and I really enjoyed the game. And then that's actually when I quit, when they released the second map.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they made it so you couldn't choose. You're forced. It's random. And when the new map came
Oh.
out, what they made it, legit, like 95% of the time you get the new map. Like, you couldn't just leave the game and try to find the old map.
that's
Legit,
trash.
they forced it on the players because, like, and people
That
just didn't like it,
sounds
and it made me
terrible.
quit. I hated it. Because it's just like a complete sand map where it's just like has to do with sniping. It's like you don't know the areas. Like, I'm not trying to play the game like I'm not trying to learn a whole new map. I'd rather just play the old map. I enjoyed it, and yeah, that's what made
I
me
think
quit.
the game can only be balanced around one map because
Yeah.
it's not like an Overwatch or a CS:GO type of game. People need to like because mainly because it's so much bigger. It's
Yeah.
literally like an MMO map. You're dropping onto World of Warcraft. Like literally, like you press M in World of Warcraft, that's the map you're dropping down into. So like you need the casual player is gonna take a lot of time to learn. Like, oh, here's the cubby hole here, here's the chest here. I played the
Valid,
game.
yeah.
I'm just like, where are the chest spots for this game?
positions.
What the fuck? Like,
And it
is
takes a long
is
time
it
to get
here?
used
Is
to
it
those
here?
things.
Like you're explaining to me, oh yeah, when you drop, you have to drop at like this angle to try and make sure you go over here. I'm like, okay. And like I'm like learning, oh, people like leave the trees up at the very end to make sure they don't see you when you're trying to run into places. And that's like a lot of information for a casual player to learn. And the game gets like really, really
On top of the complicated building system and all that, yeah.
Now imagine if there was like different maps every time. Having too much information is gonna scare people. And I think that it's just like unless your game is built off multiple maps, Overwatch, CS:GO.
Yeah. Or they're
like,
more simple concepts.
Yeah, no one else has been able to translate it as well, except for maybe I think the only game I've ever heard of that translated it. Vainglory recently did a 5v5 mode. I think they transferred from like 4v4 to 5v5 or something like that. And like they did a
was
world championship
from 3v3.
or 3v3 to 5v5. I'm not sure. I think they did translate it well. And then everything else, like just think of a league, right? We had Dominion. Oh, where is it? It's gone. Twisted Tree Line, no support. Like garbage. The only thing they have is ARAM, and then like that's it. They support ARAM, and it's so much different from League. It's literally they know it's
Yeah.
for casual players.
Yeah.
For just want to have fun. That's fine. But like, there's no other main map. You're playing League, you play on this one map, and you know what map you're playing on.
I feel like Epic Games was pretty smart in the sense that they didn't just throw a whole new map at us.
Yeah.
They only changed it a little bit, and I think that'll be the trend that we see from here on out. And I wanted to bring up something kind of interesting. So, Earth is like, I feel like it's equivalent to Blitz for Fortnite. It's like the fun mode that comes out every now and then. And I don't know if you know, but League had a big problem with Earth in the sense that they couldn't keep bringing it back because it was actually taking players away from the game. So every time they would bring it back, people would be so excited, and then like half of those people who were excited would just like leave and never come back because like they just hated going back to the regular Summoner's Rift.
Yeah.
So I really wonder if Epic Games has noticed anything like that with their special modes, or if they will down the line.
Playing where like shotguns could shoot twice, right? When you double pump,
Yeah.
right? They re-release it in some random thing. People won't be like, eh. They'll be like, oh, this is fucking bullshit. But they'll still be happy about the game. If Riot tries to release some like BS like that, if it doesn't get hotfixed in 2 days, people get pissed. They get upset. It's actually ridiculous. Like, there is no good faith left in Riot Games. Whereas like, cause Epic is so new and they've done everything so well, they have such good. They literally could do no wrong at all.
He's not wrong.
The Riot
Also-
saving stuff with Clash. And
Yeah,
then it just went down.
Yeah,
Oh.
Riot's like trying to build
Oh,
back the
that
good
was
faith.
sad.
And Clash was like their big project across every region in the world. The
What's
week.
Clash?
It's
Clash,
like their
it's like ranked fives kind of. It's like professional five, whatever. But it's like you just bring up your team, your friends IRL, play like a game of U5, and then you go through a bracket phase. Of like it's like a mini tournament.
I was in the commercial for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a mini tournament. And
And then I heard it just didn't
after
really
like people
work
loved
out.
it after like the beta phase, and then it came out, and the first day it came out, it didn't
it
work.
broke on every region.
What do you mean it broke?
Every
Like it's
region.
functional?
It's-
and
yeah,
didn't
functionally-
work?
legit didn't work.
It did not work because every region had it on the same day. Because that's their
shit.
big launch.
Yeah.
It broke. People got so
That's
pissed.
disappointing.
And
It
then
hasn't
they just
been
like
here.
scrapped it?
It's
No,
been,
no,
like,
no,
They're
it's-
working on it, but it's been like 3 weeks and it
Yeah,
hasn't been
it
back.
hasn't been back.
It's
So,
supposed
like,
to be every once a week.
It's like they're good faith, you know. It's hard.
Yeah.
The thing about that is like it's really hard to pick up the pieces and rebuild.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, like you really have to have like that's why Riot Games at the very beginning they were so good with their community. They had a lot. I'm sure Fortnite has like figures from their community that you look to and are recognizable. You know.
Actually,
Yeah. I mean, well,
for content creators, maybe because we talk to them, but I think for the general Fortnite community,
they
no.
have someone doing
general
patch
faces.
notes,
Yeah, they have like, so Eric and then pretty much Eric, I think, is the only face that the community sees.
right? Well, before with
And
League,
KL.
With League of Legends, you used to have a lot of faces. Like they
Yeah.
used to know people from art. So the big Iron Stylist used to be our biggest artist. He drew a lot of birds. That's all you needed to know. He made Leona Diana and drew a lot of birds. He was famous for that. And you'd see like Freak, you'd see Nikasaur, you'd see all these people on camera that were recognizable, and eventually like they got pushed
It
aside.
like made you attached to
Exactly.
the game, the community.
Civ made a song on Nikasaur.
What?
Said Civ made a song on
Yeah, he
Nikasaur.
did. But
God, you're old school. I never even
yeah,
watched Civ's videos.
You
I was
are
that,
actually
Yeah?
like
you're
yeah.
more old school than him.
No, I started season 4 and I was like so
That's
casual.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You're hardcore.
Feels good.
You're
Little
fucking
bit.
casual.
Oh, do you want to know the way I got into League?
What?
So my cousin came from Florida, and he seen me just on my laptop, and he was like, "Are you playing that stupid game that everyone's playing?" And I was like, "No, I'm playing a shooter game, free to play, AVA." And he was like, "Oh, you gotta check out this game that everyone's playing down in Florida." And I was like, "Oh, really? What is it?" And he was like, "League of Legends." And I was like, "Okay, I'll try it out." And that was when I played the game playing for the first time.
I literally tried out League because all my friends quit Heroes of New Earth.
Aw.
And my brother was like, "You want to play League with me?" My friends are playing this game. I'm just like, I have no friends left, so yeah, sure.
That was bad.
Same.
Goddamn.
Actually, now that I think about it, it's kind of sad because I first started playing because all of my friends played, and I loved the community feel, or at least having nice people help me play. And I feel like the community was much nicer back then. And as you said, there were like people that you recognized. And then I feel like as time went on, you know, some of my friends moved on to other games. I'm glad I made like streamer friends, but at the end of the day, I found myself playing ranked every day. And who would I interact with? Like 4 teammates and 5 people, and like there's a good chance someone in there hates me or like wants me to die because I missed a skill shot or whatever it is, right? And it's really sad to see that toxicity.
I over time, Riot, like, just look at the League of Legends subreddit. Literally, people just get pissed about anything. This skin's the wrong color. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
there's
Yeah.
every single day there's something. It's like
Yeah.
this little thing is off.
And you
need
just
to fix
can't
it.
like you.
They don't even
They-
meme it. They're just like
They're
furious, right?
unable to be nice
You
about
don't
it.
understand. Like I was, I do patch note previews. So one of the things, this is the most innocuous thing. Like something at the very bottom, it was a skin for Eve. The tempos, the skin is she has human, like pale, colored skin, and in the in game she has blue skin. And I just looked at that. I was like, I made a joke about it being like Frankenstein. And it got over to the top of the subreddit, and people were just like, "Look, Scarra says this shit isn't good. I agree with him. Why would Riot ever do this shit?" They fixed it in a day, and I'm just like, "Was that really that big of a problem?" I feel bad because people were messaging me like, "I liked her blue skin. Look what you fucked up." I'm just like, I was just a joke, dude. I'm sorry, but like people got so pissed.
Yeah.
Literally, if stuff goes on the PBE within an hour, people are like, they're buffing Fizz right now or changing Fizz. Everyone from Fizz mains literally donate. They donate to me. They're like, talk to Riot about this. You know what to do. Don't let them nerf my champ. I'm like, I don't have those kind of connections, dude. What the fuck are you talking about?
Nerf my champ.
They think you got Mark Merrill on
No,
speed dial or
exactly.
something.
I'm just like,
That's whenever something happens to Yasuo, they're like, tell Riot, please. But actually, like, Riot asks me, like, whenever this
that's
recent
nice.
nerf to Yasuo, they ask me, like, tell me what do you think of him? If he's good or bad, if he needs a buff,
dude,
nerf.
that's
like,
cheating because you know the playtester and he's a Yasuo main.
Yeah. I got connections.
There's a
out there.
person on the like live design playtest team that mains Yasuo, and like he
I
talks
met
to
him,
yeah, he's actually super cool, but like it's really funny.
But yeah, I mean, there's like good and bad for both games.
Yeah, so,
But like the one thing about League that I think probably made it easier for me to play Fortnite consistently was like I noticed I just like didn't feel that mad about games. Like sometimes you'd be like, dang, like I lost, like I got second, or you die in some stupid way, right? But you're never mad because of other players, which is really nice.
I mean,
Even you said like it started
Yeah.
it started making you like a little bit toxic, and looking back now I'm like, damn, me too.
Really, I flame
And,
my
like-
team. Even when I play Fortnite, if I play with my IRL friend, I'm like, you stupid.
Yeah, but that's fun. Like you're playing with friends, so you're never gonna like feel like shit because of it.
It's-
Especially not because of like random people. I was playing with him, and I remember like someone killed him or something. And I remember when I'd play with my friends in League that were pros, and it's like if someone killed you, they would just like, "Ooh, we should talk endlessly in all chats, but like now I can take your spot on C9 TSM wherever you play on," or like whatever they say. Like you don't have to feel that so directly on Fortnite,
yeah.
which is nice.
I've gotten so adjusted to the league toxicity that legit just doesn't affect me.
I
Ooh.
think
They're
that,
just league players. Like I've like heard the most fucked up shit that like whenever something
Actually-
happens, I'm like, haha, nice one.
It's funny
Good
because
shit.
I actually, when it comes to like toxicity in League, I wish I would have kept playing League, and with like the mindset that I have now about like
Like to
learning and
challenge
getting better and shit.
yourself?
Yeah.
like
I think if Fortnite ever dies, I'm gonna go and play League.
What rank were you in league?
oh,
That's like.
You
what
just
rank was I in League?
slash
No, I was
mute
really bad.
all.
Like, I was like, I think I peaked like plat 5.
dude, it's
That's
no
not
problem.
terrible.
Darshan started unranked, and he's competitive right now. Literally in 2 seasons got to like LCS.
Damn.
But I think one of the biggest things is like especially because Riot has done this on purpose. You can't solo carry as hard, right? But if I'm playing an FPS game with a person who's really good, I get my ass carried like no one does this.
yeah.
Like it is
Yeah.
disgusting how hard I played with like CS:GO players who are actually good, or Overwatch players who are actually just nuts. And I look at the scoreboard at the end, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
like 21 kills. I'm like
Oh,
I'm negative
man, I
kills.
know.
Like holy shit,
Accidentally
like
pop somebody in the head one time.
no, exactly. So it's like nuts how hard you can carry. So I think that's like really enjoyable to be able to carry that hard.
Yeah.
When in League, it's like you're always like that's why you flame your teammates, right?
Yeah,
But-
if they miss one skill shot, it could literally determine the game.
You're
like
just
like
cheese.
one little thing. Morgana misses that binding, you lose a 2v2 fight bot lane.
Game's
It's over.
over,
Just
yeah.
go next. Like there's 20 minutes.
But it's funny because like I'm kind of like you, where like I got adjusted to a way more toxic game. Like Heroes of New Earth was like, it's literally like almost all the pros there were like stupidly toxic. And the game encouraged it. There was no restrictions on it. You just got to do whatever you want. No, there literally you were able to pause 3 times in every game, and people would just abuse the pause system to BM you. So what happened?
Pause?
Like you literally
That
pause.
sounds
You globally
pause.
terrible.
Yeah,
That sounds so
and so
funny.
like you,
Oh my-
anyone can pause, and like
Funny for one game,
And,
I
like,
would get
a couple
cheese.
people had to combine to unpause. So
Yeah.
what would happen was you get the first blood, you get the solo kill, you pause, and then you hit your macro that spams all chat and it just drops G's, like all all the way down, and that would be what you do when you kill someone. That's literally Heroes of Newerth. And so like and
That exists today.
no, like
That actually sounds hilarious.
actually that game's about to die.
Okay.
Like I think actually about to die. But that's actually how the competitive scene was. Also at high elo play, the people were famous for this. Literally, people built careers off this. A lot of the high level Han players went to Dota, and like they're still well known for like. It's like stuff like drop G's on them where like they pause and like just like the whole thing goes fucking G's all the
Wait,
way
what are the
down.
G's?
It's just like
It's like GG.
like GG, but like it just
Oh.
imagine like just text all the way down. Like, you hit macros for it. That's how hardcore people were in Han. Like if you like people would just like go that crazy. And so I go to League of Legends where people are like in the NA people are really tame. Like okay, well
It's compared to most regions are tame, but like yeah.
compared to most games, to be honest, they're really tame. Like some of the games I came from before, I was just like, oh, you're like you like not only is it racist, like my mom should have aborted me. Like it's just like just crazy. That was like the hello. I was like Jesus Christ, you know. So I you know, League's getting to me recently, so maybe I should play like an
Really?
FPS, like
How
a little
so?
bit more.
How so?
It's just like it's like affecting me more. Like when people do mean comments, I'm like, wow, dude, I felt that.
Aww.
Goddamn, Scar, you're a bitch.
Yeah, dude, come on, I know,
Nah,
dude. And then so I'm like, I gotta play like something to toughen me up, you know? Maybe like go like heavy lifting, playing Overwatch. I heard Overwatch competitive is just terrible, so maybe I should try that. Or like, yeah, I heard like,
Personally speaking, that's not the direction I want to go. I don't want to like force ourselves into uber toxicity just so we can handle mild toxicity. How about we just like have less toxicity? Even when I do
take
duo
shots,
fill,
right?
what do you mean?
You know, like shots to prevent. You know, like
Oh my god.
it's like that.
You
You know?
take it but then like I feel like the way that works is because you become more tolerant to toxicity, you become more likely to be toxic as well.
Yeah, so the
Even when you don't
vaccination
notice.
is 100%. That's all you're saying, dude. It's like
No,
that.
I'm saying the
Solo queue
vaccination like
Fortnite
leaks
VR,
into your
no
veins and it stays there.
Oh, yeah, okay, maybe it's not a great solution, but I just thought it was funny.
But I get what you mean still though. But speaking of games that are dying, like you're talking about that one, what do you guys think leads to games like longevity in terms of popularity or just being fun to
Fortnite's
play?
dying.
You
Supposedly.
think Realm Royale's gonna take over? I mean, it
I saw a
might.
YouTube video
There's like,
actually
yeah,
that
there's
said
just
why
people in the community
Fortnite
that
is
are
You
dying.
know-
why is Fortnite?
You know what
Fortnite's
Fortnite doesn't
dying?
have that
Like,
Realm Royale has?
so dumb.
Rank system.
No.
Yeah, rank
Mike.
system?
The little
Put a
chickens.
quotes around that.
They're
Oh, yeah,
really
chickens.
cute. Those chickens
that's
are
actually- I like
damn
that.
cute,
That-
right?
that's-
I
I like
love
that.
that. Yo, if you like knocked me in Fortnite and I became like this chicken
A
running
llama?
around, I would love that. Yeah.
Became a llama.
Copyright that. I don't know. I love it. It's so cute. But I don't know if it's gonna
That's
be the
only
next
redeeming
big
thing about
game.
that game. I literally see people running around
Chickens.
chickens, and I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like the game?
Realm Royale?
Yeah.
Never played it.
Okay, neither
But,
have
but I
I.
would
me
probably
neither.
play
Really? I'm surprised you haven't
I
tried
would
it.
probably
I'm not
prefer
interested
it
in it at all.
more because it's very similar to MOBAs where it's like you have skills
Mm-hmm.
and then there's also FPS. So like rather than having to learn how to play Minecraft.
Build as well.
The
Yeah.
one thing that like gets me about games is if I like visually, not the graphics, but the movement. Like if the movement looks clunky, I won't touch the game. And the movement in that game looks hella clunky.
Yeah,
And
same.
so that's like
when I
that's why I'm
watch
like
other people
I just don't
play,
I don't even want to like touch it.
It's no
it
problem.
looks kind of weird. But I imagine if people enjoy it that much, you may not feel
Right?
it really
That's
when you
what
play.
that's like I
so
see,
I
like,
want to.
ninjas playing
I
it all
want
the
to test
time,
it
I'm
out.
like,
Yeah.
My bigger problem
But it
is,
feels good, but it just looks dumb.
yeah, my bigger problem is the hitboxes. I've talked to Mo about this.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, like visually, it won't even touch you and you'll die.
Yeah.
For Realm Royale.
Yeah, I saw Dyrus get hit by like a fireball or
Dyrus been
something.
killing it.
He was like hiding behind
Dyrus
like,
been
a wall
killing
or
it.
something. It
Dyrus
hit
is
the
non-stop
wall and he
playing.
still died. And then he respawned because he was a chicken for 30 seconds. I love that. Like then you could just like run
I
around
love
as a
that.
chicken and just like hide and stuff. And then he was hiding behind a tree. Hit the tree, didn't hit him, and he died again. Like, and I was like, yeah, I would legit break my monitor. I would summit 1G that shit real
They're
quick.
made by that.
Oh
whatchamacallit-
my God.
Jesus Christ! They're made by that one publisher that made Paladins who had
Yeah.
hitbox problems as well.
Mm.
And so people are like, if they didn't fix Paladins hitbox, how are they gonna fix this game? So I think that game in a month from now, people are gonna be like, is Realm Royale dying? You know, and the answer might be different than the one for Fortnite.
Yeah.
You know?
But what do you guys think is key? Like, for example, we talked about the meta and balancing
Yeah.
properly and how to do that, yada,
Fun
yada.
game.
I think it
But
depends
how
on the game.
about influencer outreach, huh? My fellow
Influencer outreach.
influencers. My fellow
Keeps
influencers.
games alive?
I mean, keeps, I think community building is so important for
Yeah.
games to stay prevalent. Like for example, something that made my Switch, me playing Fortnite more.
How many
really
days of the week
easy.
you play League?
Listen. Last time I tried to play, my FPS was like 30. I was pissed. I
dude,
couldn't.
I actually fucked up.
I gotta-
FPS
I gotta
so
fix that.
bad,
Has there been
man.
FPS issues with League?
Yeah, the new
Oh,
patches
yeah.
have gotten really bad for your like
Interesting.
FPS.
Like I
I
can't even hold 60
can't.
consistently
Wow, that was a quick-
sometimes.
That's
It's And I have like
terrible.
1080 Ti, like legit 58 FPS. Sometimes it's like it's really bad.
But yeah, even like
You like the excuses people make up? Like instantly, yeah, I can't play well because like I got 60.
no, but like here's the thing, like I try it and it's
Yeah.
just like not a great experience, which makes me less likely to do it again.
Oh, that's okay. So,
But
Yeah.
then, you know, I went to Fortnite and everybody was so nice. Like he said, yeah, we converted. No, like he actually converted me. Everyone was so welcoming that I was just like, wow, this is another world. Even though I suck at it. Or like I'm not that great.
I've heard that actually from like a couple different like female content creators. Like I don't know if Tiffany used to play a lot of League of
League,
Legends.
yeah. Now she's in love with
And she's
Fortnite.
in love with Fortnite, and she's also blowing
people
up in
are
that game.
nice, yeah.
She said that in League, like people would always make fun of her and stuff like that, but like
Mm-hmm.
Fortnite, it's been super welcoming, and she's been doing really good numbers in Fortnite in
Mm-hmm.
comparison as well. Because part of the reason is because I think streamers are terrible actors, so like you can't fake having fun in the game.
Yeah.
You're just gonna like if you're not having fun playing the game, people are gonna be
Yeah.
like, you hate this game. And it's gonna be
Exactly.
true.
Yeah, it's evident.
But I think in general, like the Fortnite community has been trained well per se.
It's a lot of
Like
people.
from the start, from the get go.
I think the Fortnite community is super interesting in terms of backgrounds because you have a lot of people coming from a lot of different places,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we all like, I don't know, came to Fortnite and were like, hey, this game's
Let's
really
be nice
fun.
this time.
Yeah, right. Or like, people, I don't know. It's super strange, I guess, because like for example, Hamlin's came from RuneScape.
Really?
Yeah, Hamlin's came from
Really?
RuneScape.
I did not
Dude,
know
Yeah,
that.
like
I-
Nikwana came from a Smite. Like, there's such
Oh.
a broad range of where like no one has just like this. So like for example, from if you go from playing like League to I guess another MOBA, I feel like the communities are generally gonna be
Same.
there's gonna be some similarities, right? But when you kind of put this like everybody together from different communities, different backgrounds, it makes things a lot easier. It makes it a lot easier for these influencers to be a lot nicer to one another or just to positively influence their communities. in
I
a way.
think actually that's all bullshit, to be
Yeah?
honest. I
Why?
think the only thing that matters is the fact that
Fortnite's a
Fortnite
super fun game.
is not a team-based game without you controlling your teammates.
That's true.
So because it's a single-player game that's with other
Well, yeah,
people,
I don't think that makes the Fortnite community like.
it does because you can't.
I'm
be
talking
like,
about influencer shit. I'm talking about
Oh.
I'm talking about just like the Twitch vibe.
Oh,
Like the
people,
stream
people
vibe
are like
of
really
stuff.
nice, but also because like you can't really be toxic, right?
To
You're not-
someone
You're not
else.
talking in all chat. But
Yeah.
Fuck you,
Yeah.
Mo. I can't believe
And
you're on
not,
my
like-
team.
you're not playing against them.
No,
too
no, no,
much.
yeah.
I
Like,
was talking
Fortnite
about that
doesn't allow
specifically,
toxicity.
like in game, but for this specific part, I was talking about just like streamers
Yeah.
being so nice and welcoming, like
streamers are
willing to
so
play
nice to
with
each
you
other.
and be like it's crazy. And I feel like probably since the day the community started and whoever's popular was popular, like they've tried hard to maintain that idea.
No, that's actually really.
Which makes it so like such an easy community to come into.
Yeah, if you're trying to come into like the League community, it's like almost impossible
It-
because it's like
so hard.
Like how do you even collaborate with one of the top?
Like, are we
players?
gonna play like a normal game with you? Like, do people really want to watch a normal
So
game?
like that's probably something that's really nice is that there is only there aren't only normals, right? So if you guys want to like just play together, you guys
You
can.
just do it.
It's okay. It's not a
Yeah.
big deal. But like for me, I hate playing normals, right? If I'm playing ranked every day, I can only play with people within like one division of me, and it's like, well, I can't really play with anyone. And if
Between Diamond 3 to Diamond 1.
And it's all just like
Yeah.
rank games. Rank games,
That's
rank
my
games.
struggle right now. It's like I'm starting to get to a point where Fortnite is becoming really unenjoyable, like playing pubs. Like, so, like I'm starting to get to a point where I'm like, yeah, this is like really boring. Like I just get into games and like I'll like there'll be games where I do go try hard, but it's not. I don't learn anything from them, and I'm like, okay, this isn't positively like benefiting me. And
It
then
must
the
be
only
so
the only
hard
counter
being
or like the
so good at
only
Fortnite.
the only other option is to do these solo snipes or like to do these snipe matches
Where you guys
where we go into a Discord and then you have somebody count down. And I mean, it's just like I just wish there was a better system.
Oh,
like that's how pro players,
Alright,
like
it's
good
annoying.
players play
Yeah,
against
we-
each
we
other.
keep-
That's how
snipe each
scrims
other.
go, right?
Yeah, we snipe.
So
We all hit the
it's
play
actually
button at the same
crazy.
time.
That's funny. Wait. I heard that there's very, very big rumors in the air about the rank system coming out within this year. I don't know where I actually heard this from, but is it true?
I don't know.
Potentially?
I don't know shit.
Really?
Really? Nothing.
About a rank system coming
Yeah.
out?
Like you can say that you know, but you can't talk about it.
No. Like I
You actually know
don't
nothing.
Yeah.
I was trying to drop.
I'm
something on the
literally
podcast.
I'm in the dark.
Yeah.
I am very much in the dark when it comes to if there will be a competitive playlist for Fortnite.
Okay.
I feel like
We all kind of hoping.
most people don't.
Yeah, I've
know.
heard some.
I mean,
pros,
I could
like,
throw out a
say they
prediction
don't
and be
want
like, yeah, it'd be cool if it came out this year, by the end of this year.
Think-
But like, I don't know anything. I, would wish
think
it would.
you guys got like about a year from now till
Yeah.
like you need.
I
one.
think Epic. I think here's the iffy part. If you're not gonna give us ranked, right? So there's these communities in Europe and in Asia that have access to custom servers and they run custom
what?
games. Yeah, and they run custom games. So I reached out and was like, okay, so what's the dealio with that? Like, why do they have them but we don't? And why can't we just scrim with them and not create tournaments for any money and stuff? I didn't ask that, but I think I'm gonna go
It's
back
probably
and make a
Tencent's
point about it.
God in Asia. Literally, Tencent is so OP.
But yeah, so these in Europe, then they have access to these codes to run these custom servers for like their scrim servers and their comp players. And my thing is like, okay, like, hey,
Where's ours?
we put it over here, dog. I mean, they're like getting really good over there.
Ooh.
Please.
I'm waiting for that.
cost
word.
Ooh, they want like the Asian servers to always be the best.
No.
No.
In
Have you watched Asian
every
players? Like,
game.
No,
No.
Give them everything
The thing
first.
is, though, here's the thing. So I understand from like Epic side where it's like, okay, if we were to give you guys custom keys in North America, the simply just like Twitch viewership wise, right? How many like Fortnite European Asian streamers do you see doing these custom or these scrim these
Pretty much no
custom game scrims? Yeah, nobody sees them. And that's like, okay, maybe that's the direction Epic wants to go because they know that if we get the custom servers, we're gonna be streaming the scrims. We're gonna
What
be,
if they
like, all
gave
over
them
it.
to you, but they like had that rule like you can't stream on the
Did
custom
no one
server?
fucking play on them.
Pretty much, because there is no reason not to stream scrims right now because the foundation of the game isn't even built. In my opinion, that's a lot of players are really try hard about.
Riot at one point prevented professional players from in-house scrims with each other.
Yeah,
They literally would just like, you have to play solo queue. You're not allowed to scrim in a tournament room.
I think that's what's gonna end up happening in Fortnite.
Because I think in their mind it was so disincentivizing for other people to watch like the best players and have like half the fucking top of the ladder not playing their ladder, you know. And for them, I can understand that. I just thought that like they removed that. Like I think it only lasted for one split, but like for that one split, I was like, God damn, like I'd like to scrim these guys, but like it wasn't even that we couldn't. I think we streamed them once, and afterwards they're like, you're done. You can't do it.
Yeah, all we know competitive scene wise is that qualifiers are in fall of 2018 and
That early?
That's for
that
like
right?
the World Cup thing,
no,
right?
yeah, qualifiers for the World Cup are in fall,
They announced a World Cup for Fortnite.
and that's all we.
What's
like,
the format?
It's open qualifiers.
Really?
That's all we
Yeah.
were told. Oh, solo
Anyone
duo.
can
Solo
play.
duo is what we think Epic is going to be like leaning towards.
Whatever happens, do not do solos ever. In my opinion, it should be a team game because having the team dynamic makes it so much more
entertaining,
enjoyable.
funny.
So much, but even if it's just duos,
As like a spectator.
duos are like two solos, right? But there's the
Yeah.
interaction that makes it great to watch. So like, please, dear God, do not make your competitive scene solo. I will be disgusted.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, so they had this big announcement video, right? They had this big announcement video where they're like, okay, we're gonna be focusing on solos and duos, but don't worry, there will be some stuff for squads. But I think Epic is taking the solo duo route, and I think duos is gonna end up leading.
I would love it. Like duos are like that. That sounds so good from my perspective. Holy shit! There has to just be more than one, or else I won't watch because it's not entertaining.
What do you mean more than one?
Like
Oh,
more than one
player?
person?
Yeah.
It's just not entertaining enough because you can just see it from the league scene. Which one person is entertaining enough to keep your interest? Like Sneaky, sometimes Cutie.
Oh, are we talking about streamers or
Oh, just like players.
pro players? Yeah, not like
It's like double lift maybe even in A. He's got like the like,
trash talk.
the trash talk plus the skill to back it up, and that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I think it's always better to see that team dynamic.
Yeah.
Adds another level to it. Anyways, we've been talking about this for an hour and a half, so
Oh,
let's
really?
move on. Yeah, actually. I thought it was going to be a meme, but it was actually an hour and a half.
Oh, that's cute. That means we still have 32 minutes left. Why'd you stop us?
All right, let's move on. But Still keeping the topic relating to gaming. I don't know if you guys have seen this article that everybody and their mother has memed on Twitter
Yeah.
about like gaming
I
addiction.
mean, you might have seen my tweets on it.
I actually don't recall, but basically like the World Health Organization officially listed gaming addiction as like a mental health disease. Yeah.
Gaming,
And
it's gaming
BBC
disorder.
Yeah,
is what they've- the
BBC
official
posted
title.
an article where they cited like 20 hours a week as being like
Yeah. And
enough in a sense for the gaming addiction, but really it has like 3 criteria, which is like you have no control over how much you're gaming or how intense your gaming sessions are. You're continuing regardless of like negative consequences, and 3, that it goes on for like a year. And when I read legitimate criteria
Shit.
like that, yeah, I know.
Shit.
Wait, you think you can't stop yourself from playing?
I
when
think there's
I-
people out there.
No, yeah, no, I'm sure there are people out there. I'm talking about
When,
Scarra.
when,
Oh,
I, when I
Or
was
is it
playing League for like
BCC?
a day, it
Yeah,
like
it's-
it's like I start getting not like I get
Holy
I get
shit,
needs,
Scarra.
you know. I have needs.
Yeah.
You get anxious to play.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
want to play.
I don't think that's bad.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
I don't think that's in
Yeah.
line. But I mean, are you
Uh,
letting your? I mean,
Are you letting other parts of your life
yeah, they
degrade
go down
for
the
you?
drain.
Yes, absolutely. Are you serious?
So no, like
gaming
legitimate question. I know the 20 hours a thing is like such a meme.
Well, that wasn't
Most-
actually official. That was BBC doing like their dumb shit.
I know,
right?
but the fact that people took that so far, I don't think it was official. And also like when I see these criteria, it's like this could be applicable for anything. Whatever you're doing that like you have no control over, that you like suffer negative consequences from, and like you don't care at all, and you've been doing it for over a year, can be considered an addiction. So on one hand, like I get that, but on the other hand, it's like,
Why?
do we
why
all
pick out
have these
gaming?
addictions? Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
People
I've seen
are
that.
wondering like, are they trying to villainize gaming
Yeah.
basically? Which is another concern,
You can villainize everything that's popular, right?
right? But
What do people
it
like
can
to-
have really negative consequences to do that, because
Sure.
like gaming can be a very healthy habit for many people.
Right, but I'm just
But
saying,
then like when you put such a negative emphasis on it, both in like in terms of mental health, and then people saying that like playing games leads to, you know, violent behavior, and it's like
We all know
why
that's bullshit.
are people trying to make it sound like such a bad
Oh,
thing just
man.
because it's so trendy?
I want to say that this is kind of a weird topic for us to talk about, because I would say that like we're on the end where it's like even we're doing like such an extreme portion of gaming a week that like it's our lives pretty
Yeah.
much. Like we're putting in
It's our
like
livelihood.
50 to 80 hours a week doing this, and so it's like it's not even just like a hobby or like a disorder. It's like literally our life.
But that's actually, I don't think that makes us bad people to talk about it.
Oh,
I
no.
think we offer like an interesting perspective, because I imagine that there are some streamers who stream an unhealthy amount, or like they play
Why are you
games.
looking at me?
Oh no, sorry.
What
They
the
play
fuck?
games
Look
an
at that.
unhealthy amount, right? And no one ever talks about this because they just say like, "Damn, that guy's like on the grind." But it's like, no, he probably has a legitimate addiction and is suffering in many other aspects of his
This
life.
is what you're talking about me behind my back.
I'm
She
sorry.
she
It's
always
just
says
easier
I
to look
stream
this
too
way,
much.
Yeah.
but you do though.
And I decided
But-
to leak it to me. Okay.
But I feel like you're also the kind of person who's like, if you really need to do something, like you don't mind ending your stream. You always tell us that. So
Yeah.
for you, I'm not. Like, if I was legitimately worried about you, Scar, you would know. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Have, I do the same.
I mean, this is the intervention. It's 3 other people or 2 other people.
well, Scarra, tell us.
The only thing I have to say about this topic is that I will say that sometimes it's easy to let what you do on a day-by-day basis take over your mood.
Yeah.
So when I was streaming full time, I first started streaming full time for a year or two. One of the really hardest things for me, this is like I had not. Okay, this is like a really like I don't want to say dark, but like I literally talked to no one. 3 people stepped in my apartment the entire year. Literally didn't talk to no one online either. So like I just was on the grind. I had one problem, and the most important time of the day was the 30 minutes after I finished my stream, because I need to lay down in my bed and mentally reset for the day. Because if I lost too many solo queue games in a row, my mindset got so negative that it would
Ruin the rest of your day.
It would ruin like the last 3 hours of the day. And so like for like a year or two, I need that 30 minutes to like reset mentally, or else like it would be bad. But nowadays I don't need that, because
Dude,
I'm
I'm
mentally
so
strong. You know? So, like not before it was like pretty. It was
I'm
pretty dark.
surprised that's your biggest problem. If I did that, my biggest problem would be like being a depressed piece of shit. Honestly, like if I don't get human interaction, I'm dead inside.
I used to stream back when I was at home. I used to just stream a lot and not go outside or like not go have like. I used to do 7 days a week, whatever. But then I kind of switched up my schedule and I would go to this coffee shop and just sit down.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
get chocolate
really?
milk.
So and what I started realizing is like, dude, this is like I feel really good. Like after and I never talked to anybody either initially. So I would just go down and just drink hot chocolate every day, just not talk to anybody. I'd be on my phone, but just out of like the room and around people, eavesdropping on conversations. And then it like developed a bunch of social interaction, and I ended up making a ton of good connects. And I realized like that's something that I look forward to other than streaming, which I thought was
Which
like,
is
super
so
healthy.
important. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very good for like your mental health, physical health in general.
Yeah.
Mo, you
I-
got a gaming addiction?
I actually
You
have, like,
play more than 20 hours a week?
Yeah, no, but like when I'm at home, like, and I just stream like every single day or whatever, and I don't get any physical, like, not physical interaction, but like any interaction with people, and like I legit don't talk to anyone but like my family here and there, just go downstairs. And before I started going to the gym, legit once a month, at the end of the month after streaming for like a whole month or whatever, I would just like get so fucking like kind of, I don't want to say depressed, but like I would get really sad, and I'm just like, damn, like I'm so bored of this, like I want to do something.
I'm like
so I'd hit
the
up
same
some
way.
friends and go out, and then after that one day of going out, I'd be perfectly fine for another month, and then the same exact thing would happen.
Oh, did you
But
guys
the-
have friends that you went out with? Like as a
Depends
streamer and
when.
shit?
For certain times, no. But like ever since she moved in with me with in like our old not our old house, our old
house. Yeah. We've been living together for so
Don't
long.
remind me.
Poggers.
Stop looking at me. But I had people to interact with that like
Yeah.
pretty much whenever I could. But before then, no.
Yeah,
like
same way.
literally
I used
like
to go out alone and do everything alone.
yes, I used to eat alone. I used to go to the movies alone.
Did you go
and
to restaurants alone?
Yes.
Yeah.
People-
People think you're fucking weird because you
people-
go to restaurants alone.
Dude, she thinks we're weird. Look,
Yeah.
look at her face right
I
now.
like
actually
them.
really
I
like
think it's
going
fine.
to restaurants alone.
Yeah.
As long as
At
you're
times.
going out, you're switching up your schedule. Like that's healthy
Yeah, I wouldn't set up my
behavior.
schedule to go eat out, but
Wow, you got stream, dude. I know you
Yeah,
got the
dude.
hustle, but no, it is important. Like the biggest thing to say about like streamers and people who are like gaming like nonstop is like I've noticed among like almost any field that I know of or I've talked to of like there are so many people who are depressed streaming. Like it doesn't matter if they're successful,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter whatever.
People don't talk about that enough.
It's super bad because like it gets to the point where I used to always talk to people. I'm like, hey, what's going on? You know, how are you doing? And if I ever open with that question, people would be like, my life fucking sucks right now. I want to die. And I'm just like, I stopped telling people I was happy because I realized that me being happy is like the out of the norm. It's abnormal. And the norm is to just be like kind of depressed and not know what you're doing. And I was just like, what the heck is going on? And so growing up when Twitch was growing up, and not when I'm talking like people who are like I guess less stable in their schedules and stuff like that, everyone would be so sad and so depressed about like just everything. Even if they were successful, they didn't like what they're doing. They either hated the game, hated what they were doing, and they couldn't find or enjoy life. And so like I think that just comes from if you're gaming, you're giving up time that you can invest in, you know, social life or
Relationships,
other things. And so like
Yeah, I feel that shit.
progress,
Right, like-
especially with like
so
how
many
young I
things.
am and how like things
Dude,
have escalated.
the best
Like,
thing
it's-
is like
It
look
just
at
takes over your
look
life,
at the
I
look at the
imagine.
LCS players and like look at their interactions. Mo, did you
Dude,
went to
I was
LCS
so
this
tilted.
week?
I was pretty pissed.
Wait,
honestly, not gonna
why?
lie. I went to LCS and like I like know most of the pro players. Like every single pro player. Like I'm not be cocky, but like most of them know me obviously because like I play with them all day. I know all of them or most of them, and like I follow them on Twitter. They follow me back. We've played League together, duo. Like I've even played PUBG with a lot of them, and I like met them, and I'm like, "Yo, what's up? Oh, you want pizza?"
Oh yeah, this
There's
is
two
a
different ones.
pizza Poki podcast.
You know, like the first
Can you
time
pass
seeing
me
them.
a slice too?
Is it like?
It's beef.
God, who doesn't eat the crust? The crust is the most important part.
I don't
Do
eat
you,
the.
do you want to pass slice?
Wait, on the Papa John's pizza, that's the best part. That's why you ordered from Papa
Dude, the
John's.
I
crust is
dip it
literally
in
the
the
best part of
thingy,
the
but I
pizza.
didn't open it, so.
Okay, yeah, it's no problem.
I'm sorry. Go on, Mo.
keep
We
going.
cut you
No,
off.
you're good.
Dude, she does that a lot, Mo. You realize she just hates
What?
you talking. She just
Yeah,
cuts you off.
goddamn, y'all cut me off.
Mo, I love it when you talk. Please
Hey, thank
talk
you.
more.
No, yeah, but like the first time seeing them after like playing PUBG with them, League, like legit knowing them for a while, and I'm just like, hey, what's up? And then they just like look at me and go like, and just walk away. And I legit felt disrespected. I'm like, am I not gonna get like a handshake or like a hug at minimum? Like I know I saw
minimum, dude.
I know I saw Bjergsen, and he like ran up to me and like hugged me and shit, and like we talked for like a minute. And I was like, okay, like finally one person's not weird. And like some of them just walked away from me, and I was like, wow. Like even some of them, I was like, yo, what's up? Big fan. I was like a joke, obviously, because I'm like friends with them, and they like look up to me and then like laugh and just walk away. I was like, what? Where's like
going to LCS was an interesting experience.
like, where's that
How was
home?
that for you?
It was cool. A lot of League players like Fortnite.
Oh no, dude. Of course, dude. Your game's popping off.
No BM. This is just a theory. And I don't feel like I should say this, but I'm going to say it anyways because this is my podcast. And this is where I open up.
You're so brave.
I know. Thank you. From what I've seen and experienced and hearing Mo's story, I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, and League is not the only culprit for this, but a lot of esports scenes, guys will be so young and they'll be really good at a game. So once they enter this pro scene, they'll be like propelled into fame in a stage where like they're not fully mentally ready for it. Not you. You're pretty good with that.
I'm just looking at you.
Yeah, no, sorry.
I just like your pizza.
Sorry, me, dude.
But I feel like this leads them to a place where like because they're really good at the game, they have a lot of fans and a lot of yes men around them, and it leads to a lot
what
of
I'm afraid of.
egotistical
That's
esports
what-
players.
I actually
Like just huge
Oh, no.
egos. And that's why they'll only like wave at Mo or something.
It's like in the next year or two, I'm actually super afraid of hanging out with people in the industry because I don't want people that are just agreeable around me.
Yeah. Just yes men's nodding their heads to you.
It-
And
But
no,
I
no,
think
wait,
I could identify it and like.
yeah,
step
I
away
think
from the
Myth is
situation.
pretty good with that, like from what I know
Oh, yeah.
about him.
Well-
And I think that's why Bjerg is also really nice to you, because they're both people who like care about like self-progression, being self-aware, but not everybody takes the time to improve that side of themselves.
Yeah, I would say like these League of Legends professionals, a lot of them and a lot of pros in esports just want to be the best of the game.
And it's not just League,
and,
by the way,
like,
so I'm
nothing
eating.
else matters to them. It's like I'm like grinding 14 hours a day. Like my interaction with you shouldn't affect how well I play at the game. So like, but that's like just a single-minded mentality that makes it so that they progress really well toward one side. But that's why a lot of like I would say people in the scene
You're not well-rounded.
aren't socially well-rounded, like me included. Like like some of the earliest stuff I did was just terrible. Like just I never watch anything before like 2014. It's just not worth my time. And I hope not worth anyone else's time either.
Fine clip shot.
Oh god.
I must say,
Come on.
you've gotten a lot better, even just like at speaking.
Now,
And doing our intros and outros. I'm so
God.
proud of you.
Oh, God.
The progress.
Do you remember the fucking Lemon Nation Balls interview? Oh, my
so-
god, that was actually.
So balls was it balls that said I want?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
He said like something like I want. Wait, what did he say?
No, so Freak's like you guys lost the game. Like, how'd you guys feel after losing? Like, did it affect your mental? And he was basically like he's like. Yeah, like it was pretty bad. Like we were joking about killing ourselves.
You know
And
what?
He's like laughing while saying it.
You know what I heard behind the
What?
scenes? You know what I heard behind the scenes about that? A funny story. I think I'll talk about it now. They lost a sponsorship over that. I'm pretty sure like a sponsor dropped them because of that. That's
imagine.
so funny because it's like you just can't say that.
Yeah, like the difference between interviews back then and interviews now, like it's really
It's
different.
crazy different. Like even like if you like the emerging pros, like you would be an emerging professional inside the scene, right? I look at you, I'm like he's pretty well rounded. Like everything's there. Like he's got like a brain and like you know like everything's functional there.
you.
And I look at someone like the old people like coming up. I look at like me and Cutie back when we first came up. Dude, even looking at Cutie now, I look at him. He's like the unicorn of our scene. He's crazy, but like I love him because he's goofy motherfucker. But like he's one of my like I like him. He's great.
I like Cutie. I like Cutie. So like,
Cutie's
I think
hella
I like
funny.
it back in like the early days of like solo queue Fortnite, and I like hopped on and didn't like talk to anybody and just grinded like hardcore solos all day. I actually just used to watch Cutie stream a lot.
Oh,
Yeah. And just I'd watch his stream while playing Fortnite, and just have it in the background, just chilling.
Dude, he's great. Like I wish he didn't absolutely despise Fortnite because he does.
He does?
Yes.
Really?
He
Why?
absolutely hates Fortnite. I don't remember the correct reason, but he, literally on my podcast he said that I was like, what if they gave you $1 million to play Fortnite? He's like, you could take that $1 million and shove it up Ninja's ass. I was just like, oh my god,
What's that?
dude. He actually like
Really?
just doesn't like the game at all.
Funny, man.
So my dream of duoing with Cutie.
Man, dude, you can convince him, man.
Maybe. You can convert him, just like you
He
converted
just moved
me.
to California. He
Really?
literally moved in here last
That's
week. I
nice.
had dinner with him. He made me pay for it.
The amount of money he makes you pay for
his
dinner.
editor, like he literally flew here on a private jet for his cats, and then he made me and his editor, his YouTube editor, pay for the meal when we went out to dinner.
That is a
Good shit.
baller
A quick
right
historical
there.
question that I
That's a hustler.
curious about. Am I the first black person on Poki podcast?
Woo! Maybe.
I don't keep track of things like that.
Safe
We
answer.
think-
That's definitely a yes. sir.
Safe answer.
That's definitely a yes.
I've only really
Chat.
I've only had people mostly in.
I'm
What is Matt's ethnicity? He's not white.
Which
white.
Matt?
Magikarp used to fly.
Oh,
Is he like Filipino?
I don't know.
You can
We
say-
did it, chat.
Hey, she made history.
Congratulations. Do you want to
Poki
join
podcast
offline
in 5
TV?
years.
By
Just
the
wait.
wait, what?
Nothing.
Hmm?
Nothing.
Oh, that was actually a funny conversation that I had with you and Fed that one day. They were like, we're playing Fortnite, and Fed was like, man, we really want a black person. Yeah, I'm like, what do you
Dude,
mean?
can I talk about this?
Okay, when it
For
comes
years,
Yeah.
fucking years. Fed and Poki are like, we need.
what are we getting a black?
Literally all the time. I'm like, what is
Yeah.
this? He's like, no, you don't understand. I just really love black people.
Yeah.
I'm fucking
Is there
racist.
something wrong with that, Scarra?
Is there something wrong with Asians? You just think there's too many of us?
No, I
What
just
reason?
prefer to be multicultural.
Sure, that's what they all say at the beginning.
What the
Didn't-
heck?
Asians just get replaced.
Oh,
Fucked up.
you could never be replaced, Scarra.
Yeah, say that to me. If myth asks, I'm gone.
No.
Yikes.
Wait, what were we even talking about?
Dude, we've been derailing so hard.
Yeah, no, it's okay though.
We're
I
like
like
topic
it.
number 2.
Legit,
2
we're
hours
probably on
in.
the topic.
I kid you not. And I had like 10 topics
Dude,
prepared
whenever
for today.
Cutie was saying something on Beyond the Rift, literally would go out one ear and like it would go through one ear and go out the other, and I would just be like, "Yeah, fucking Yasuo's bad." Like I would just literally talk about it's on top of my head. I literally didn't listen to a thing he said.
So in this one, who are you listening to the most? Is it her?
Probably
I don't even-
not.
I'm not even listening to. The
He's
questions.
listening to
I'm just
the
listening
pizza.
To the last response, and then I'm just like, "Yeah, I agree."
Mo,
Right,
you know that's terrible for conversation. Like I was gonna have you be next week's special guest, but
Damn. He's
What is he this week? He's not the special guest. He's just like the side guest.
yeah, he's like the offline TV guest right now.
He's the side guest to.
Yeah.
That's fucked
Yeah.
up.
I'm honest.
What the?
so it's a go with. It's
That's so good, man. Okay, back to our actual topic.
Yeah.
Sure.
I
Topic
feel
number
like
2.
there's gotta be people that have either like gaming addictions or streaming addictions, but because there's like the negative consequences are kind of outweighed by how much money you're making and how much notoriety you get online.
it's overlooked.
Yeah, that it's very easy for them to overlook, and it's very easy for the viewer to overlook as
I
well.
don't know. I feel like I'm pretty healthy.
Listen, I'm not talking about you.
Is everything about you?
I'm not trying
No.
to at anyone, man.
No, but no. But I mean, I'm just generally like. I mean, I think I stream an excessive amount of time when I am on my shit.
Yeah, no, I feel like you'd probably be someone who'd notice it
I think you're more abnormal than you think.
Really?
in the gaming
Because
scene.
like when you think about people in the gaming scene, like at the top of the league, right? Typically, we have Tyler 1, we have Cutie, we have Shifter, when we have Night Blue, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Night Blue hates the game, quit like 4 times, quit, and like keeps playing the game. Like literally goes on record saying he hates League of Legends, but he's also got a YouTube channel that's like 2 million plus, so he has to play League even though he doesn't like it. And then like he's had like problems here and there with it. Shifter plays like 250 hours. He literally just grinds out League hours, and I think that like he's the person that started like kind of from the bottom and got up. But like I don't know necessarily think he's. I think he's probably one of the more well-adjusted people, honestly. Danny,
yeah, he's
I-
really
Have
nice.
you guys?
From just like
Oh, go ahead.
personal interaction.
now keep going.
Have you guys ever met somebody that was like? Have you guys ever had like a personal experience with somebody that was like okay, like addicted to streaming, but yeah, they were making so much money, getting so much fame that it kind of seemed like almost, I guess what? It made it okay.
Justifiable?
Yeah, like a justifiable. Like it was.
Would you say Cutie's addicted to streaming?
Nah, he is. It's not that he's addicted to streaming. It's that he's doing something that fits all the criteria that he wants to do. Kitty's really weird. I would say, like, as a friend of his, it's just like I think he only has a couple things he wants to do in life: play games, play with his cats, and like like have Alicia pretty much, and he fit those criteria so well.
Perfectly.
And then like he's just set for life. Like he literally doesn't have to do anything else. It just so happens that like while he plays games, he can make money by having people watch him. Great.
And he's also playing with small cat while
Yeah,
he's
he's
streaming.
like he's playing with like his animals while he's streaming. Something stupid happens. Like literally, what you see on the screen, he's like goofy. Like actually, like you think there's something wrong with him, but he's actually just that way in real life too. Like he only has and only thinks of those things as important, and maybe like a couple more things. But like you meet him, he's not like he doesn't care about fashion. He doesn't care about what other people think about him. He's like very pure in like his like wants and his needs and like what he gets out of it. That's why I like that about Kitty a lot. Like I think that like he's just very, very straightforward about what he wants, and he gets what he wants every time.
Damn. I think I've met
Gangster.
people whose like gaming, streaming addiction or whatever have led to them having like worse behavior or personality traits, but I don't like specifically or personally know anyone who I would say is like unhealthily addicted. But I do hear about a lot of people like that.
We would never meet them because I think that the people that we interact with are the
Yeah,
ones
that are
actually
willing to
successful.
come. Yeah. But sometimes like I hear about people or like someone will have like an emotional breakdown on stream and you'll see like their community.
But the thing is, rarely will those people be above like 1,000 viewers. I think that,
I disagree kind of.
well, I would say that a lot of the outbursts that I've seen are like the people who are like have it take over. It's like if it's taking over and it's replacing your job, but you're getting the income from it, it's not so much an addiction as it is a job. But if like you have a full-time job and you're streaming much and like it's getting nothing for you.
But there's lots of people in other sectors who have very unhealthy relationships with their jobs as well.
Sure.
It like to the point of being an addiction. Like people who work just like a gazillion hours a week and put off everything else in their life for it. Relationships, personal health, like you name it, it doesn't even matter. As long as they get their work done, that's unhealthy. And I'm sure that people are the same with streaming and people are the same with gaming.
The only issue that I think of, like that makes it so dangerous with streaming is like, where is your goal? You know what I mean? Like people that do have an addiction, like their regular jobs, is like, okay, yeah, you typically have a deadline. This thing needs to be done by this time. But streaming, it's like, okay,
There's always another goal.
there's always like you could always kind of reach for more.
And there's
kinda
always
scary
like
when you think
positive reinforcement, so it's
Yeah.
hard to see the negatives.
Oh, why do you keep looking at me? Like,
It's
get
just
it, dude.
easier.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry, it's
It
just
just flows.
easier. Yeah.
Reading left to right, you know.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I'm just looking one direction. So
Yeah,
much
okay,
easier.
okay.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
I stream a lot.
No, you're actually fine. Listen, Scarra, you know I'm honest with you.
Okay,
If I thought you had a problem,
Yeah, sure.
you would know.
All right. But
The only problem with Scarra is that he's not black, right?
holy shit! Woo! Okay.
All right, on to the next topic. I see a lot of people saying T1 in chat. I don't know if you guys know
Oh,
anything.
Tyler.
He's half black. Oh wait, what are you guys asking about? I thought you were talking about black.
Good
still.
interjection, dude.
Wait, what? I know, because while you guys were talking, I straight up zoned out. I don't even remember what I was thinking
He's
about.
like a person where League affects him like very toxically. Like he becomes more toxic because of League.
I know who Tyler is.
Yeah, but I think that like
what are we talking about?
it's like I don't know.
I
think-
don't see him as someone who has like a strict streaming addiction, but I think he might have a gaming
Yeah,
addiction.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
When
he's,
I hear
oh,
him-
you're talking about
yeah.
addictions. That's why. Okay, that makes sense.
When
No,
I hear him
actually
talk,
zoned out.
when I hear about like Tyler one taking like 2-3 months off of
He returned
streaming,
from streaming?
but then like he's just gaming
He's
all
still
day
playing like
apparently.
yeah, and when he streams, he like plays like 20 games a day.
That's,
which
so
is, like,
that's
14
another
hours.
topic that we want to talk about.
He was wild. He
I don't
actually-
understand streaming, like gaming off stream.
Oh, I can explain why.
I can too.
Go for
Can
it.
I?
You do.
Well, not
this
that
a
I don't
lot.
understand it. It's just
You
I
do
don't
this a
like doing
lot.
it. I guess
Aw, yeah, I do it a lot.
it makes sense to me.
But you just said
I
you
just
don't
don't.
understand it.
I didn't mean that. That was a bad way to phrase my intro to it. But yeah, I don't, and I don't think I would unless like I needed to.
Like you felt.
Like for example,
Under what circumstance would you need to?
comp scene related stuff.
Like you were forced into not streaming your gameplay.
Well, but more so like certain scrim strats or whatever that we're
Oh,
trying
I
to
see.
deliver.
Let's say
Or like
you're-
self-improvement stuff, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably the most important thing. So in League, I can't get that much better while playing on stream.
Same.
So
Wow, I'm surprised to hear you say that.
part of the reason why is because I've become a better streamer over the years. Naturally, I've streamed like 6 years, right?
Yeah.
So I can read chat easier in game. Like I've developed the skill.
Yeah.
The problem is when I read chat in the middle of the game, it causes me to miss what's on my screen.
Yeah.
So
Which
like,
is always
'cause
bad
I'll
for
look at my
games.
I'll look at my chat sometimes more than my mini map. And so like when you're backing and you're running to lane, you should be looking at what's happening around the map to see where you're supposed to rotate to, or you're like checking gold value, checking enemy items, so you know if you get all in when you get back. But when you're streaming, I'm checking. Oh, subscribe.
You're
subscription.
missing a lot.
Thank you for subscribing. Oh, donation. Oh, thank you for the donation, man. Let me respond to this real quick. And then when I get back to the lane, I'm like, shit, can I all in? Like, where's the jungler? Where did he start? What happened? And so I can't actually physically work with all the information and get better. I get like this much better, like
Yeah.
nothing. But if I play off stream and I do it for probably like I play off stream for any amount of time, I get a lot better, like a lot better. It wouldn't even be close.
Same here.
And that's actually a big problem of mine, because I would say one of the bad things about my stream is that I'm not consistently a challenger player. And so if I was, and I also gave the commentary that I did give, the value of my stream, the amount of viewers that would come to my game, to my stream would be a lot more.
Is that even possible to talk that much, entertain, and play at challenger level?
Yeah, it's like what cute.
Yikes.
What I used to see
No,
Cutie do
Cutie
that.
like memes. He stays at that level, but like Scarra goes in on detail.
Not so much. There was times where I did before, but like Cutie can do that, right? And he's like super good. But
Yeah.
for me, there's always a question for me whether or not it's worth it for me to play off stream and get better, because there might actually be tangible value for me becoming like a consistent better player and streaming that. Because honestly, people downplay the value of skill when it comes to games. Because the number one thing you need when you're streaming is to be better than other people, because no one will watch you if you're worse. That's just for the most part.
Yeah.
So
You can just at me.
She's a good example of this. You want to talk about it? Because not many people know about this.
I mean, I guess. Like, regardless of whether it's League or Fortnite, but it's a bigger problem for me in Fortnite. Like, it's impossible for me to improve on stream. And I know you don't really feel this right now because you're already like top 0.01% of players ever since you started playing and streaming Fortnite. But when you're actually progressing at any, like, it's so hard when you're streaming. Because I'm trying to be moderately entertaining or comedic in any way whatsoever. I'm trying to respond to alerts in like a pretty good time span from when it actually happens. I'm trying to read chat, or else people get pissed if you're not reading chat. And trying to split up your attention span in so many ways just doesn't leave much for the game. It doesn't leave much for you to actually play well, let alone learn from how you're playing.
As well.
So it's like, for me to get any better, I have to play off stream a lot,
that
which I
wasn't-
haven't really gotten
that
to
wasn't
do
what I queued
lately.
you for. What the
Sorry,
hell?
what did you want me to say
What-
specifically?
People don't know how much you practice off stream.
Oh, not nowadays, but when I played League a lot.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Like when I was like reaching the top of Diamond, like I would play maybe like 4 hours on stream, then I would just play like 5
I
off
would
stream.
walk into a room, I'd see her like with someone helping coach her.
Yeah.
She'd show me like,
I
this-
was tryharding,
This is my
yeah.
coach, and like he'd like explain how to play Ori with her. And I was like, what
He was
the
really nice.
fuck? You care more about improving than LCS players, like certain academy
Yeah, no,
players.
no.
I was like, that's fucking crazy. But like, she was never public about
Yeah,
it.
No,
but
I
it's
used to watch her actually. Like whenever I'd like stop by the house, I remember I used to see you, you'd be like, "Oh, hi, Mo," and you just like be in a league game, just like playing, and I'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh shit!" Like,
Yeah.
She
Goddamn,
grinds
yeah.
hardcore.
Man,
to-
that
to
was a
improve.
good time. But it's also because, like, on stream, oh my god, the stream snipers. And it's like, you can't get quality games if you're showing your mini-map and this and that. At least for me, it was really difficult.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So for League,
I'll get there on Fortnite. Give me 1 month of off-stream play.
I believe it. So for League, the reason I play off stream is like, for me, if I'm not challenger, I'm gonna get flamed. Like I'll nonstop get flamed. Like legit. Like I've been
D1
challenger for like the
police,
past like
wait,
yeah.
wait.
I've been challenger for like the past year and a half. But the past 3 months, I was like masters, and I legit for some reason just couldn't get challenger while playing on stream. I wasn't playing as much League. So like legit, the past like 3 days, I've locked myself in the room and played on stream
Wait,
and
can
then
I
off
just-
stream.
I haven't seen you.
It's
No, no.
so true. And,
No.
like, Mo hasn't been at the house that long, and the last 3 days, I've just been like, does he even live with us? Like, he wakes up, streams, then just, like, stays in his room, plays League all day. And I thought something was wrong, but, like, he was just getting challenger.
No, like I had to, like, because when you're not challenger, you're just getting flamed over and over. The games are worse, and the problem is with League is you think the lower elo games you go, like if you hit like Diamond 1 games, they're easier, but actually they're harder because in Diamond 1 you're getting stream sniped 10 times more. Because people in Challenger have like more respect. You're against like pros that probably won't ghost you.
Yeah.
In Diamond 1 you're getting ghosted, and it's like, haha, why'd you say that about me? Someone like I'd be like, yo, this guy's trash. He'd be like, no, you are, and all chat. I'd be like, how are the fuck are you hearing me? Like,
Same.
like legit.
Oh
like,
my
it's-
god,
yeah.
I was getting like it was
so
both
troll.
people on my team that were watching my stream while playing with me, which made them worse, and people like against me that were ghosting me at the same time. It's the worst playing League on stream.
It's like it got noticeable for me when I started dropping a lot, and the more people that would recognize me at the very start of the game, I need the lower quality the game was, because it was like because the people that I'm used to playing with see me so much that I'm like a regular face. But when I start dropping too low to where I'm only playing against new players, they're always like, Scar, I'm a big fan, dude. I love playing with you.
Dude, that- you know it's
saying,
bad.
not saying I hate my fans
Yeah.
or any of that, but if I get like multitude of people saying that in my games, I'm just like, these are people who've never played with me before. One, they're gonna get disappointed.
I must
Like,
be
just
in low
straight
elo.
up. And two, it's like I already know because I haven't seen them much. Like the quality level that's set is gonna be lower than what I expect. And so like that was like, I thought that was funny.
Has anyone ever hit you guys with the "I'll give you blue buff if you go on a date with me"? That was my favorite solo queue strat.
Unfortunately, I have not.
Well, I mean,
I would say yeah, hell yeah.
I prefer.
If someone takes
Dude,
me out, it's free
my
food.
Yeah, what the
stream-
heck, dude? It's better than me like them taking blue buff from me and telling me that like I'm a garbage ass fucking player.
Oh, people do that to me too. Then they
Oh, yeah.
also hit me with the
okay.
"only if you go on a date with me."
I'm just saying, like, anytime I'm in a game with Tarzan, I'm probably getting flamed like every fucking game. Like he's rank 1 in a ladder right now, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a monster.
Damn, I didn't know that. All right, I wanted to stay with the league train a little bit. I think you guys know a bit about the C9 scandal. You probably don't, but let me just explain a bit. So C9 is obviously one of the top league teams. They're still one of the top ones, right?
Yeah.
Either way, they're extremely popular.
Very popular.
And basically, their top 2 most popular players, as well as 2 pretty good players, Jensen and Sneaky, were recently benched. And they posted a video. They do like the TSM
Like
clips
behind
type
the
of thing.
scenes,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
TSM Legends. They also have like
Where
the
they
C9
film
thing.
stuff, they have the same thing for C9. So they posted the video of like them being told that they're benched. And it was a little bit awkward. And literally all you see is like Sneaky not really say anything. And then Jensen goes like, "Can I talk to you after this?" to Jack. But the weird thing about that was later on, Sneaky said on his stream that he didn't know that he was being recorded for that. And that was a big yikes for a lot of people, including me. Because when you think about it, I feel like pro players for any esport are already under so much pressure.
Yeah.
And like their life revolves around the game. And to throw in this like reality TV aspect to their lives must be so difficult. Like it probably feels like a lot to deal with. And then to have like, I'm trying to like put myself in Sneaky's shoes, and that must be such an uncomfortable situation. Like, what do you guys think of that? Do you think like it should be okay to be filmed 24/7? Is it okay that they did that? Do you think that he knew? Because a lot of people are like, well, like you can see a camera in a room, but
I think
maybe
the idea-
clearly he didn't know he was being recorded.
It's like similar to like when we do stuff. So it's like
Yeah.
we're okay with filming stuff, but like when it comes out, like we get final say, right?
Yeah, but
Whereas-
obviously they won't.
Well, yeah, for with the org it's different. Like they get the say. Like I'm sure they're gonna go back and be like, you know what, we fucked up. This was a bad move by us. And for me, yeah, why the fuck would you ever show that? What the hell? Yeah, if you ever bench a player, you bench him 1-on-1.
But you know, for
Yeah.
Cloud9, they're probably like, this is good content, and that's such a scary place.
No, there might be a thing where it's like we're using this to give like more of like because fans always want to see behind the scenes. And on top of that, they're justifying their move because their move is benching 2 fan favorites, right? So this is like part of their like this is like the behind the scenes justification of their move. But like, yeah, it backfired because people were like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Like, do it privately. Like, when you're benching players, like that's none of that shit should ever be on camera. If you're benching someone, sure, whatever. You know, it's just
Explain it on camera, perhaps, but I don't. That reality show vibe gives me the heebie-jeebies because I know what it's like to be on the other side of that camera and like not knowing the content or like what people are going to do with what they're filming is like terrible. And if you're already so focused on being better, especially for people who may not like be very well-rounded as a person, that can be so detrimental to your mental health, or like how well you can even practice in game if you don't feel safe in your own environment. It's a yikes. What do you guys think?
So I like watched the C9 video, and I thought it was pretty interesting, honestly, to see it. But like, I think that should also always be in private. Like, just the benching of players. Like, it was kind of weird that like the whole team was just chilling there, like right behind them. Like, it was like the whole entire team, and they're like, sneaky Jensen, you two are bench, basically. It's like, I feel like that should happen in private, and then the whole team should know like what's going on. Like, but the filming thing was also kind of weird. I think it makes sense for them to like kind of film everything going on in the house. Besides a private conversation, like that wasn't a private conversation. It should have been, but it really wasn't. Like, it was in front of the whole house. So I think it makes sense that they were like recording it for their series. But the conversation itself, it wasn't like the fact that they uploaded that. It was that the fact that they had that in front of everyone else. Like, that just should have been private.
I don't know. I think I'd like to see the video. I don't know. It's strange. I mean, one side it's like I do think it's kind of strange that they didn't know cameras were rolling at all, or they weren't advised. When nobody was like even there was no say so. There wasn't like when we're rolling something for even just for like the foolish videos that we're making, like cameras rolling.
Yeah, but
Like,
I
the
think
fact that
that's like
no,
planned.
no,
but then
but
when
I'm
they
saying-
do these like behind the
exactly.
scenes series, you can't always tell. Like, you should be able to tell.
Yeah, but
But-
even on the editor's side, I mean, and plus they didn't get to see the video beforehand, or there was nothing.
There's no way they
Yeah.
I
got
doubt
to
right?
see the
it.
video
Yeah.
beforehand. Absolutely.
Which I think that's a little,
'Cause-
especially with something to that degree that plays with the player's image so
Well,
much.
It'd be
and
like TSM
plays-
Legends, right?
Yeah.
Like, if they did a thing on you, you might not get to see it. Lena would get the final say, right? Because
Yeah.
she runs that. So it'd be up to her discretion whether or not it goes or it doesn't. And
Yeah.
so if it does come out, whose head is on the chopping
I
block?
think
Probably
it's
hers.
definitely like a bad look on it was C9, right?
Yeah.
I think it's definitely like a really bad look on C9's like production
Oh,
team.
people got fucking heated. Like, people are just like, I've been C9 fans for years. This is the final straw. And I'm just like, Jesus, dude.
Because at that point you're playing with the player's brand and image.
Yep.
And you don't
That's
want to
scary.
negatively, I mean, even you don't want to negatively impact your own player's brand. And that's exactly what you're doing when you're recording them being benched in front of their teammates and blowing it up on the internet. So yeah, I think it's overall a really bad decision by them. Now I don't know like ethically if it was a bad or a good thing, but
Bad luck.
what was that?
Bad luck.
Yeah, it was definitely a bad look.
Definitely a bad look. I think this might be our last topic for the day.
Oh, you came with
What is
10.
I do have more, but like, we've been talking a hot minute. It's been over 2 hours.
That's great. My ass is hurting. Crazy. Holy shit. Keep going. Sorry.
Mo, you can help him out with that later. Anyways,
It's my job.
You could say it for the night. I've been dealing with Scarra for the past few weeks now. We're chilling.
yikes,
Team sus,
dogs.
man.
But yeah, the last topic is a bit of a touchy one. So I'm sure most of you guys already know, but earlier this week, XXX Tentacion, that's how you pronounce it? I looked it up. Anyways, he unfortunately passed away in a shooting, I think, at like a motorcycle store. And you guys know who he is, right? Yeah, he's a really popular rapper. Do you know?
Oh, I know of him.
Okay.
I don't listen to his stuff, but I know of him.
So, also, I don't feel like many people know this, but the police have made an arrest in his murder, which is nice. And the thing is, there's been a lot of kind of online drama surrounding his death because there were a lot of allegations against him, including like fan assault, allegations that like he abused, I think, his girlfriend, a lot of different negative stories per se. So you see a lot of tweets or people posting online and saying like he got what he deserved, and then others being like, no, like you should let him, rest in peace. Everybody deserves, their peace when they pass away, etc., etc. So I'm wondering what you guys think about that.
About the whole like conflict between like situation. I'm put in a position where like I literally don't know shit, and so I'm like,
You don't say shit,
yeah,
right?
I'm like, rest in peace. I'm like, it was an unfortunate event. It sucks that it happened and that it can happen. and that's as far as I go. People want me to play tribute music, want me to talk about it all throughout my stream, and I'm like, I don't have anything to talk about.
I'm the same.
I don't know anything about like the actual
details.
all the details on everything.
For
And
me-
I know for a fact that I like personally, I'm not gonna go and invest my time and then look into it.
For me, the because they're ever since the onset of social media, like deaths are a common thing. Like you start to get desensitized to death here and there, and it's bad that we do. But like for instance, earlier in the year, Total Biscuit passed away,
Oh yeah.
and for me, he was a much bigger influence on my life because I used to go and look at his videos to literally decide what games I was gonna play. Like his review videos like determine what was I playing.
Yeah.
You know? And so like he was someone where like he passed away. I was like, I met the person, I ate dinner with him, I met like Jenna as well. We sat down, we talked, and like I had a personal connection with him. Him dying, that fucking sucks. You know, I felt really fucking bad about that. Unfortunately, this person dying, I don't listen to his music. All I can say, and like I don't know anything about these allegations. Nothing. No idea.
I'm the same
you know?
position.
And so for me, I'm like, well, I never want to wish death on someone.
Yeah.
You know, if someone dies, that fucking
Yikes.
sucks. They die young, that's even worse. These allegations
And like
were
the way he passed, even worse.
right. So like these allegations of him being a bad guy, maybe he could have changed, maybe he couldn't. But again, similar to Myth, I'm not gonna take time out of my day to research him and go out of my way to make an opinion on him because I'm not that invested in him personally in any way, shape, or form. I just think it's a bad situation. It fucking sucks.
To add on to that, like even the idea of doing that feels like pretty bad. Like, are you playing judge on someone's life? Like, people deciding whether or not someone deserved to die. Like, that's crazy to me.
Right now, as a streamer, people come to you for first impressions of everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
I'm tired of
Yeah.
that.
and they will
It's like,
take your
just because we play video games and maybe like listen to us a couple hours a day does not mean that any of us are even like good judges or good people to listen to in regards to all
Well,
topics.
unfortunately, your word is gospel to them. So, like, not only you have to watch what you're saying, even though they're only asking for first impressions, like, if you ever say anything, you have to do some sort of research on it. And, like, that
Yeah.
kind of fucking sucks, to be honest. But that's just the power that's given to us as from people who, like, constantly want to know our opinions about stuff, you know? There's a reason why reaction videos are so popular online. Because, like, people really do want to know, what do you think about this? I get that question asked every day. What do you think this champion is viable? What do you think about this champion? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? But like this is just another version of that. But it's like the first impression. What do you think about this current event? What do you think about? And when it happens for me a lot of times, and I'm just like I can't talk about that. I think it's especially common when someone talks about a political thing. I'm like I don't follow politics at all. I didn't even know like this was happening. And it's like even when someone tried to make a joke, they were like, "How was it shaking Trump's hand?" You know, this to like seal the deal. And I'm like, what are they trying to say? And it turns out that like with me and this haircut looked like Kim Jong Un, and so they was trying to make a fucking joke, and I was like, that's actually funny. I like that.
Oh, shit.
But like, yeah, for me, it's like I don't follow it, and I just think that it's unfortunate.
That's very funny.
So I'm probably a little different than all you three of you. I actually listen to his music a lot. Like I've listened to like all his older songs, like his like newer music, whatever. Like I like his music a lot. And to me, I don't know. His death didn't really sadden me. Like people's deaths, I don't mean to be like a
You're
dick or anything, but it was
desensitized?
kind of just like whatever. Like it was like, oh shit, that's sad, but it's not like it didn't really hit me as hard as I'd expected to, since I do listen to his music a lot. But what was really sad too is like one, the way he died, obviously, but two, in case you didn't, he played League.
Oh,
He was a
yeah.
League player. He was actually a Yassuo main recently.
Really?
He was like, if you look, I looked up his OP.GG. He was playing like 17 hours before like the news article came out, which was like the day he was playing the
That's
day before.
crazy.
And like one of my friends who's a streamer and like a pro player, you know, like Insanity David. He listens to a ton of rap too. And one of X's like closest friends that he plays League with a ton, called Craig Zen, also streams. And he's like an artist. And like they talked, like he was in his chat. He's in my chat too. Like Craig Zen, he's a nice guy. And like he was like, yeah, like maybe we'll play League in the future too. Like all of us or whatever. And I was like, damn, that's pretty like dope. And like so it was pretty sad. But I don't know, the whole like wishing death upon it, like that's kind of just fucked up. Like I don't know, people could do fucked up things. Just like if they die, it's kind of like I don't know. You don't want to like you don't want to fucking shit on the dead, really. Like
Mm-hmm.
Something that scares me from a streamer side is like, so in a situation where it would seem clear cut what the streamer's response would be, that people are still curious as to what your response would be. You know what I mean?
It's because if you got a hot take, they want to be the first to know.
Exactly.
I feel like people just like want you to fuck up, you know?
Oh, like they
Like
because
pinging you to fuck up.
like sometimes they come in because they it's more like they don't care about the opinions of other people as much as they care about the opinions of you. I'm sure you have hardcore Myth fans, hardcore Mo fans, hardcore Poki fans. They're just like, your word is actually gospel. Whatever you think, I think too. And like, I know this for a fact because like I used to be like this. My brother was my god for when I was growing up, and it got so bad that my brother had to ask me stop liking the things that I like because I would only eat my favorite food was his favorite food. And like that's what, literally I just copied him on everything. He was like, "This is fucked up. Stop doing this." I'm like, "I didn't even realize. Like, I just really like you. You're my bro. I'm sorry." So it's like that's how I see it. It's like your fans are like they trust your word because like they're building. And a lot of your fan base is really young, right, Myth? They're building their like moral compass around some of what
Isn't
you
that
say,
wild?
which is crazy,
Yeah.
right? I built my morals around like fantasy books and like stuff like that where I was like taught like right and wrong and like moral gray areas. I did a lot of reading when I was younger, you know, and like some people find it in religion, some people find it through like great like education, some people find it from different people, and like for a lot of your fans and even my fans, like they're finding it from us, and I think that that's like crazy and a little scary where it's like I can influence someone to the way where like they think differently because I tell them to think that way. The sky is red, by the way, it's not blue, and they're like, well, maybe I have to think about that, you know, because that's how much I mean to them and how much maybe you guys mean to your viewers.
I really want to urge people to ask these questions, but to ask them to multiple people and listen to like differing opinions. I think that's the best way to find your individuality. Like, you can't just listen to one person and their answers for everything all the time. Wait, why do you look at me like that? Are you wrong? Am I wrong?
The number one thing I tell people when they come into my chat is like, anything I say is right. No, I'm serious. So like, 'cause a lot of people question like my opinion on League of Legends, and like 99.9% of the time I'm right. So when I tell them that, I'm like, look, I'm always right, and if I'm wrong, I'll tell you I'm wrong. So like, if I'm wrong in the future about something, I just say that. But I just thought it was really funny.
I mean,
like,
you can say that about League, but not about everything.
I'm always right.
Yeah. But it's rough. That's why, like, I don't just, like, continuously talking about stuff. Like, I want people to go out there and make their own opinions. And you can only do that by hearing many opinions. So on one hand, it's good to be asked these questions, but it's not good if the listener is only listening to you. So yeah, that's my
Sorry,
point.
someone just walked past in the dinosaur onesie, so
Yeah.
we just got a little distracted.
House is a little weird. Is there anything else you guys want to talk
5
about?
more questions.
Oh,
Keep
wait.
going.
Yeah, no, I wanted to say, okay, maybe I'm going a little extra with this one, but it's on the same topic. So there was this video that came out, and a few days before he passed, X was talking about how, like, he was doing this Instagram live, and he was like, I know, like, I've messed up in the past, but, like, the thing that makes me feel better about all of this is that I hope that even if I die in a few days, this was literally a few days before he passed. It's like, even if I die or like get shot or something, I just hope that like my music reaches like these 5 million kids and that they take that energy and like do something positive with it. And it was just like a very nice, positive video, and obviously very sad to watch after knowing that he passed. But it seemed like a situation where someone had done messed up things but was looking to repent in a sense or change and do better with his life, right? I'm just kind of setting the scene. I don't know how to word this properly, but what do you guys think about like nature versus nurture, basically? Right? No, I'm serious.
Nature
That's
versus
so
what?
extra. Nature versus nurture. It makes me feel like maybe this was a person who was like born into an environment where he ended up doing bad things, but when he was like given the opportunity and resources to do better, it seems like he's changing and doing better. It just makes it so hard to judge people out there, don't you think?
I didn't realize I was coming to like philosophy 101, you know. We're gonna,
Okay, that's
talk
why I
about
thought.
this.
Listen, you were like, you said you had 10 topics, so here I am, Scarra. Here I am.
I think that I always think that people.
You know, wait, can I just say something? I love
You want my
having.
opinion and
No, no,
then,
no.
What the fuck?
No,
You
wait,
just
no,
cut me
wait.
off?
I
You think I'm mad or
love.
something? You think that's okay?
Wait, what happened?
Don't worry about it.
I love having Scar on the podcast because he will absolutely answer everything. Mo's like, are you guys talking about pizza yet?
Dude, listen, I
But,
don't like
like-
to force myself into this situation. If everyone's quiet and I'm like, all right, I'll give my opinion now. I'm like, it's not that I don't care enough.
You
but
need to
like,
force.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sorry. Go on,
I
Scarra.
love you, Mo. Just interject anytime.
Mm-hmm.
But not when I'm talking.
Because everything he says is right.
Correct. I always am of the belief that you're a product of your environment, and that's generally how I've seen it. Is like, the way you're shaped, whether your morals are through the people that surround you or like the environment that surrounds you, and so that's just how I see everything. You expect me to talk a lot about this?
Entirely.
For the most part, yeah. Like I just think human beings are like a large majority just a product of their environment, and so.
Do you have any willpower over that?
Yeah, you do for sure. But,
Okay.
But like you have the ability to change that, of course. But you're also put in different scenarios depending on like who you surround yourself with, whether it's like a certain group of friends or like just like people will define what you say. I think the easiest way to talk about this is just look at how common phrases get picked up within groups of friends. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm sure the words like tilted, like a lot of the league like vernacular when you're talking about streamers, boosted,
What do you mean?
But,
Yes.
but it's all that stuff is just picked up because like you listen to it nonstop and it affects you. And then even Twitch culture, right? Where you're on Twitch all the time, and all of a sudden, like instead of
You're
saying
saying Monka S
yeah,
out loud.
exactly, and like you're saying like poggers or like stuff like that. And honestly,
Poki.
people disgust me when they say that, but.
I'm gonna
But,
say poggers in real life.
my whole house does it. So
Yeah.
actually,
Don't lump me in with them.
Oh, yeah. me and Mo are cool, but like everyone else does it. But it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. You're still okay for now. But yeah, you have a choice to change. That's what I'm saying. But
I have to move out of the house to change.
you're
I
the
have to change my
problem.
environment.
You cause the environment. You're the problem. But that's what I think. Like that's my biggest like I guess example of that is that when you surround yourself with stuff like that, you just pick it up. Talking different, using different words. And that's really what I believe about people.
Yeah. I'm the same way. And I think it's like, I guess the most difficult thing in talking about nature versus, what was it?
Base versus nurture.
Versus nurture is like, so yeah, in his case where he started kind of exploring different things and learning different things about the world and put in different environments, it's hard to take somebody that's in their environment, especially when the environment is kind of crafted to where you're not allowed to see outside of the environment, where your entire reality is sort of crafted based on the environment.
We talking about some cult shit, right?
Well, not really, but
I'm kidding.
but yeah, so it becomes one of those things where you're talking about willpower. Yeah, you probably have the willpower. You do have the willpower over it, but it's also like an educational thing, where like if you're not taught or viewed or exposed to what life could be outside of your environment, you will never know.
You'll never make that push.
Yeah, your entire reality will be based off of, and your actions will be entirely based off of the environment you're in. And it reminds me of the there's this short story about basically kind of something like this where you have like 4 guys in a cave or in a dark cave or whatever, and then one of them ends up getting out randomly, luckily, comes back in and tells people about the world. And people are like, and the 3 men in the cave are still like, you're crazy, you're a psychopath. There is no blue sky. There's only darkness in this cave, and just water and rocks and shit. So it's like I think it's more of it's an education thing, in my eyes.
I just hope like things like this lead to people being less judgmental. Like when I see Mo, what are your thoughts?
Honestly, I have no clue you guys are even talking about, to be
I
honest.
knew it. I knew it. But yeah, I just hope.
Have you ever heard that though? Plato's cave.
I've heard of it, but I didn't actually.
Yeah,
I
super
don't know of
interesting.
it.
Yeah.
I'll look into it.
Surprised you brought that up.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Mitt's not a Dumbo.
Sorry, I surround myself with other people like.
That are Dumbos. I understand.
Don't look at me.
I
I'm
understand.
smart out here, right?
I
Oh my
understand.
bad, my bad.
You didn't even know what we were talking about.
Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just zone out so much.
I
Like, it's
think what
crazy.
I say on that one.
Sounds like a
on that
Yassuo
one
player.
thing is like, the one thing I've learned throughout my life is that like I don't really like to talk about stuff. It's like if something is gonna happen, like there's a degree that I'll hype it up, but like I prefer if actions speak for your words instead. So if he says something like, "Hey, I'd love to know," like if he was really apologetic, like I would like to see like X or Y. Maybe he did like X or Y, like.
Oh
things that
no,
help
yeah,
people.
he
We don't even
did.
know
He was
about,
like
yeah.
all out on charities for like a long time.
Right. Like I don't know exactly. Like I didn't
Yeah.
research it,
We
right?
don't
But
know
like
shit.
that speaks so much more to me than anything else, you know. And just in general, it's like something that like I will try not to do for myself or my fans is like say that like, hey, like I don't know, I don't want to talk up something I'm never gonna do.
I feel that. I just wanted to bring it up because I feel like not enough people like look at others and their negative actions as perhaps a product of their environment. Instead, like it's so easy for us to just like judge this person, dismiss them as like being nothing or irrelevant or unimportant or just a bad person in themselves. But it's like I feel like at the end of the day, most people, if not everybody, has potential to do good and be good. Okay, I don't want to get too cheesy. Is there anything else you guys wanted to discuss today?
Honestly, follow me at twitter.com/tsm_myth, and I think that you guys really like my Twitter. I'm really good at Fortnite.
A lot of Fortnite rounds.
Instagram.com/myth myth.
Oh yeah.
Is it just myth?
3 million, by the way.
Doesn't too
Twitch.tv
much.
/TSM_myth. If you don't already know what Amazon Prime is, you get a free Twitch subscription with every Prime account. And you know you can use that by
On
clicking the little subscribe button at the
Twitch.tv/YSSUO.
top right.
Or on the bottom right if you're on mobile.
Oh.
Oh, I knew he was
Let's
into the song. I knew it. Huh?
I checked my phone. I don't have that.
Is it
I
not on
think
the
you have to
bottom
update. You have to update.
right? Chat, is it on the bottom right or not?
Test it out. Make sure it works.
Yeah. On this channel or the other ones. No, but for real, this is Scarra, Myth, and Yassuo.
Say it. Say
How
it.
do you pronounce
How about
it?
you say it?
I say Yassuo.
Yassuo.
Yasuo is
I
how you
can't
pronounce
believe
it
it.
without the S.
What are you gonna say? Yassuo. No, just
Yassuo.
Yassuo.
It is on the bottom right. God
Yasuo.
bless.
Like the champion, but with two S's instead of one. Also known as Mo, the baboon of offline TV.
Put
Pinoy's.
offline TV in my goddamn name.
it's
Why don't you
Pinoy's.
taint my reputation? My reputation like
It's-
that. I
You
got a
live
reputation
here
stuff.
right now. You live
You
here.
actually are an offline TV member now.
Don't do it to me.
Dude.
Temporary.
Mo, you always be like for me. You always.
I'm just
I'll
Scarra's
take
cuddle
your
buddy.
place.
No.
Take it, please. They need a black person as this. That's
Dude,
what
I
they
heard.
say.
True.
You're
We're
you're
looking.
Pinoy
Do
second.
they pay you?
Hmm?
Do they pay you?
Hell no.
No.
He pays us for rent. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
I don't know about that one.
What?
All right. Well, we had a.
All right, yeah, we gotta end.
I'm not moving.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do me a big favor and check all these lovely people out. I'm gone for the rest of the week because I'm going to be in Anaheim, but you get to
Going to
watch
VidCon?
all of them.
Ooh.
I hope it'll be fun, but I think no one else is going. Anyways, that's besides the point. Thank you guys for watching. Last shout outs. Ooh, Pokimerch.com. I have like 3 shirts left. If you're an extra small, check it out.
YouTube.com Poki ASMR as well. Try to bring that back. We're trying
Actually,
we're
I
trying
have a
to
video
spark
I'm
the revolution.
posting tomorrow, after tomorrow.
Oh my.
This is a DL.
I get tingles, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Let's
Wait, do you
go.
listen to ASMR?
Oh yeah, that's how I found. It's like how I found Poki.
No, like people keep saying
Yeah.
like you only became friends with Myth when you became popular, but it's like no, I knew you like right before the huge
Dude,
come up.
my opinion of you was like it was like, oh my god, you know, he's quoting Plato. Holy shit! This and then like Poki ASMR. Oh, oh man, it's
You don't like ASMR?
everyone has flaws.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, it's actually I've not listened to more than like.
Okay.
You can
5 minutes
expect
of one.
these two back on the podcast someday. I'm not sure about this side of the. All right, guys, give your shout outs. Sell out. Come on.
Hi.
Twitter.com and
They
Twitch.
do all of them for me. It's not fair.
Yeah,
TSM_myth or myth Google myth.
offline.tv. Offline.
That's actually a baller ass shout out.
What?
Google myth.
Google Myth?
Google Myth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could say Google Mo. There's no way
Wait.
that would fucking work. Actually, no, it does work.
Bang.
Google Mo space LOL.
Google
There you go.
Scarra.
There you go. That works.
And honestly, Google Lily Pichu too. She's been great.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.